Hey everyone, welcome to Knuckle High School.
You just leaving me?
Episode 10. I thought you were gonna intro us. That's why
I
left
was,
it.
but you guys weren't there. That's why I was like, what's going on?
So
I was confused too.
if you're
I was like,
watching
can
the
people
video
see me?
only, I was telling everyone at the table that I'm gonna mess with Nikolai and only pop his screen up because
Yeah.
the Cabana Boys are virtual tonight. So we're a little practical joke on Nikolai to start the show. All right. Tonight's topic is movies, our favorite movies. So I'll pass the buck over to Nikolai for real this time, and let's get officially the show started.
I can't see Nikolai.
You can't see me?
He's right there.
Tony's
Yeah, he's
microphone.
right there.
Oh.
He's little.
All right.
Andy's
So,
is in my way too, so we're gonna have to pretend we see you, Nikolai.
We'll just make
That's
us
all
sit
right.
up
Just
straight.
as long
Look over
as
at
you can
the
hear
general
me.
direction. Oh,
Good
yeah,
posture.
yeah.
That's what matters. All right. So it is a bit cold in here. So as you can see, I'm not wearing my normal fright rags. It is under there, so don't worry about that. But it is chilly. So I'm Chewbacca tonight for our favorite movies. Let's start with some of the news. So today, actually, they released the very first trailer for the Valentine Bluffs fan film.
Oh, yeah?
That was shot, in PA, which is exciting because it's not far from here. They did a couple scenes in Jersey as well, but overall, I'm really excited, from the trailer to see, the full movie. The back of my head was in the trailer, so I was excited about that.
No.
Yeah, you see me open the door, and then it cuts
Oh,
away.
okay.
But it's cool. So the other piece of news that I have is Jonathan Freeman has left Aladdin on Broadway. Now, I haven't talked about Broadway in a while, but I feel like this is a pretty important piece of news because for those of you who don't know who Jonathan Freeman is, he is the original voice actor of Jafar from the animated movie. And then after the animated movie, when the Broadway show came out, he was on stage as Jafar as well, and he finally passed on the torch, let's say, to the next actor in line. And I'm sure, I didn't get to see him personally, but I'm sure a lot of people, are going to miss him being on that stage.
So is that still running on Broadway then? I guess.
Yes.
I thought that was
Yeah.
off for a long time.
No,
Is Broadway still going? Because I know I saw like on the news a while, like a month ago, they like shut everything down. But then I saw people seeing
so some shows
so-
are still running, like Aladdin, for instance, I know is running. The Music Man
I
with
think
Hugh
Phantom's still
Jackman.
running too.
Yeah. So there are some shows that are running. I don't have a lot of full details of like every show that's, I know Beetlejuice, for instance, is coming back in April because that was a show that kind of got shut down for COVID reasons. So hopefully there'll be more shows, as we keep moving along that keep reopening or popping back up.
Awesome. Anyone else? Anthony, any news?
Oh, I thought you said anything about
Oh.
Broadway. That's I was like, what? I was like, I don't know anything about Broadway. The Sony buying Bungie, we post about that.
Yeah. And they also they're not
Great.
done,
Is
and that then they initially or right away said this wasn't as a response for the Microsoft buying.
Sure wasn't.
Yeah, not at all.
3.4 billion or something like that. Somewhere around there.
It's a lot of.
Yeah, it's a lot for. But they said
It's a lot for.
Destiny
one
brings in
studio.
a lot of money, but I don't know. And they have
Uh,
another game too that's currently going on.
Well, they also said too that this
I forget what it is.
acquisition will not make future Bungie games exclusive.
Yeah, everyone's gonna say that until
Until the deal's finalized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just like Bethesda games were supposed to be on every game.
Well, they
Just-
pretty much said with that one, they actually never said they would or they wouldn't. They just said that we're going to honor all Bethesda's
Yeah,
contracts. So
which-
like games that have been on systems or ones that
Makes
are like
sense.
online to play, they're not going to remove
Yeah.
other bases. But the new ones coming out will
Yeah.
probably all go to
You don't buy a studio to not have exclusives though.
yeah.
But PlayStation needs somebody that can make good first-person shooters. So there you go. I don't play Destiny, so I don't.
Yeah, Destiny does nothing for me.
I played the first demo for the first one. I was like, this is Halo, but different. And that was all I ever played.
Yeah, they turned me off when I played it. The first one I played a lot with friends. I didn't really enjoy it, but I played it because everyone played it.
Okay,
It was like
yeah.
a community game more than anything for me. But it was like one you have to go and do your dailies and do all that other stuff.
Ugh.
And then the new expansion pack was going to come out, and then data miners went and fought in the game. And they're like, this has all been in the game since day one. So they purposely only put out a percentage of their game, then paywalled what was on
I
disc.
hate that.
It was
Yeah.
on disc.
Street Fighter did that.
Yeah, that should be
That's
illegal.
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, DLC should be
You bought that, but
post content stuff that you've already created.
you give us some more money so you get a little bit more of that you already bought.
Yeah, that's
No.
Yeah.
like my thing is it's physically on the disc.
Yeah.
That's part of the game.
Yeah. You bought that already.
That's what I don't
Yeah.
care if it's hidden in files. I paid for that game.
Mhm.
Right.
That's not DLC at that point.
That's shady tactics.
Yeah, that's great.
Everyone hates that
I
with
mean-
Street Fighter 5.
If they want to
Before.
do that, just don't put it on the disc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
you
they're
can
not
have it pre-made, sure.
Yeah, I that's what people were like when the data mining was getting big and they were going through game files and stuff. But I do have a little bit of news. I'm not going to go too deep into it because I'm not going to read the entire list. But it is the beginning of the month, so if you the Patreon, if you have subscribed, I'll go through the Patreon people at the end. I will be doing the running for that tomorrow. While I'm home, I'm going to do the who wins the T-shirt. So anyone who subscribes, every month for the $10 or up, you are in the runnings for a T-shirt, and then you just get rolled over to the next month. I think what we're going to do is if you already won, we're going to remove you until everyone gets an opportunity to win.
Mhm.
I think that's you think
That's
that's fair? Or
That
do you
is
think
fair.
everyone stays in?
Until it gets down to one person, then they win.
Then they get a T-shirt.
Yeah.
We don't have- we don't have a
I
lot-
think that's
I
fair
don't think we
because
have a
they're
lot of people, but I think if like the same person wins, like
Yeah,
10
yeah,
times
you
in a
get
row-
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That
especially
sucks.
because there's not a lot. I feel like there's a higher chance that the same person is going to keep winning.
Yeah. I think that's fair because I used to be in a class where she would raffle off different gemstones and stuff, and she would never take the person out that and sometimes that person would win 3-4 times in a row.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was like, oh,
All right, well
come
that's
on.
the official ruling. So you win a T-shirt once, you have to wait till the next time to
Yeah,
get it entered back
I
in.
agree with that.
Or how about we just you're not eligible for the next month? Like
Right,
I think
right,
that
right.
could
That
never
would be good.
You're not to
So
not,
you can't be a 2-time in a row winner.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah,
That
that sounds good.
But we'll still put you in for other cool things, and we'll figure things out for the people who've want to. But Netflix coming this month. There's going to be a Netflix series, The Business Proposal, that's starting. Juvenile Justice, Love, Life, and Everything in Between. One Piece. I'm sorry. That's. I'm just trying to like the exclusive stuff. My Best Friend and Anne Frank. Gabby's Dollhouse season 4 and Raising Dion season 2 are all Netflix series. Other
Never heard
movies
of them.
coming, some notable ones. The Addams Family, a movie with Betty White that you're a big fan. No, it's not. It's not Betty White's not in this one. This is the one where you watch because Jennifer Lopez and Ice Cube are in it.
Anaconda.
There it is. You knew it right away.
A good one.
That was better than Lake Placid for me.
yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
I like that one.
Batman Begins, Book of Eli, Caddyshack 1 and 2, The Dark Knight, Despicable Me 1 and 2, Donnie Brasco, The Exorcist, The Hangover, Legends of Guardians, the new guy. I believe that's kind of newer, right? The new guy. What's the one?
So.
That's something.
Is that the
different.
new girl?
Thinking the other guy.
Ain't that with Ryan Reynolds, the movie?
Yeah,
I thought it was the new
the
Ryan
Ryan-
Reynolds.
Yeah,
That's what
I think.
the other guys.
Oh yeah. That is a new one with Ryan
Yeah, the
Reynolds,
other
right?
guys is Will Ferrell. And
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
Marky
that's
Mark.
all February 1st. So that's all on there right now. I don't want to go through the entire month of everything
It
coming
is
out, but
February.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just trying to go through real quick to just see if there's anything huge coming for this month.
I don't think there's any like big Netflix original shows or anything.
Oh well, I can put the Texas Chainsaw Massacre show. Is
That's what I was
out.
coming. Yeah,
Is
that's
that coming this month?
The
Oh, is it?
18th. Yeah, they just there was just a trailer out for it.
I'll have to check that one.
And if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken,
Netflix, that from what I understand too, is going up in price. Too.
Yeah,
I
it's like a
posted that
dollar
a
or
couple,
something like that.
yeah, a couple weeks ago. It's like going to be like $16 if you have 2 screens, and
Oh yeah.
it's going to be like almost HBO price.
yeah, that's crazy.
What are you saying,
Crazy.
Nicola?
no, I was just gonna say I think Fright Rags is also doing a release for the Netflix show. They posted something
Yes.
about
Oh,
it,
interesting.
so-
Yeah, they are. I just got my Crow shirt in. It came out fantastic. So if you were
Yeah.
hanging out last episode for Truth Behind Illusion, we gave a huge plug for that. But yeah, mine came in. It was really nice. If you are a Fright Rags fan and you want to check out, maybe we'll do the fancy thing we did with Truth Behind Illusion. Let me.
Fancy.
Yeah,
Ooh,
your
we have
Crow
fancy
shirt was
things.
excellent.
Yeah.
Fancy things.
Let's see here.
Found a penny today.
Did you?
All right, that's good buffer right there.
Wow, I
Yeah.
found that.
Yeah.
I found the dime.
Was
So
it-
like that.
Was it heads up or
Yeah, it was
tails
heads up.
That's right.
All
It's
right.
dirty,
That
but
up.
it was heads up.
Yeah,
Like rock salt 30.
yeah.
Cool. Anyway,
So you picked that up.
the new designs. The new designs are the Twilight Zone design. So here,
Yes.
Fright Rags. So we have the long sleeve, which is going to have the hand coming through the door, and this is actually glow in the dark.
Oh, that's
It's really
cool.
cool.
Oh, that's cool.
They're all
Oh.
pre-order though, from the looks of it.
Yes. This is going to
Oh.
be the other one that's out, just the Twilight Zone art with him in the door.
Oh, you can see our sharing screen.
Yes.
The Mystic Shear shirt.
Seer.
Seer. Oh, this is the one that cost you the mini golf game.
Oh god damn.
Yeah, that's
I did get this one.
This one's
I was-
really cool.
I was really excited.
Nikolai
Oh, yeah,
actually
that's the
bought
one
me
we
an
got the
art
print.
print of this one time.
Yeah. I've been hounding
Uh-huh.
Jess at Fright Rags for like years at this point to be like, when is this going to get reprinted?
The
The
guy,
tie-dye one's cool.
the
Yeah, I
guy.
was just
This
gonna
is
say
the
the
one where the
tie-dye
guy
one's
sees the
cool.
monster on the plane wing. That's a pretty good episode.
Ain't that but Bill Shatner?
I believe so. I think it
Yeah,
might be.
I
Yeah.
think it is.
Then
I
there's
haven't seen all the
and
episodes.
then
I
there's the
don't know.
tie-dyed shirt.
Yeah,
I
the
did order
tie-dye
that
one
one
I
as
like.
well.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's simple, but I like the tie-dye.
I like it.
Yeah. They're doing that a lot lately with like the logos. Like I know they did one for Elvira and Creepshow. And I want to say there's like
Oh,
one other
yeah.
one that they did the tie-dyes for, and they sell out so fast.
Yeah.
So
Well, tie-dye's
I
I
big
feel like you
again.
don't see that a lot. That's why.
Yeah.
So
It
we
is.
were
It's
we were
popular
kicking
again.
around an idea on Xbox. Me and Nikolai were playing, and this
yeah?
and it's open to
Which
anyone to
idea?
join us. But I'll get there. It's kind of Twilight Zone inspired.
yeah.
Where we might like this, where people have online setups. You can join us. You don't have to physically drive here, and then maybe like on a Wednesday, definitely not a Wednesday night, on a Monday night or like Sunday afternoon or something where like days where like, hey, you guys want to join in and do a quick thing, but we want to do like a sidebar for Not Cool in High School. I don't know if they won't be numbered episodes. They'll probably like Not Cool the series and
You
like
just put bonus.
yeah. But we want to do like a thing where we watch maybe an episode or two of Twilight Zone and then come back and talk about it.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
okay.
sounds cool.
Yeah.
What, the old school one?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just gonna.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then do the whole run of Twilight Zone.
I'm gonna
I
read.
wonder how long that was on for. Probably a couple. Well, back then, like shows seemed
Yeah.
like they're on forever, and it was like 2 seasons.
And a lot of those shows
Yeah.
were only half hour.
Yeah.
And that's half hour with commercials. So
Yeah,
some
so
of these
it's-
are only 25
yeah,
minutes.
yeah,
or
20
not
minutes.
even 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
22 minutes.
Mhm. So that's an idea that we're going to kick around. If anyone's interested in that, let us know. And then maybe we can do like a little Not Cool spin-off where we
Now, will we have trouble with the copyright for that?
we're not actually going to be playing or showing you
Okay.
the episode, but instead of
But everyone has to do the voice. Yeah. In a place.
yeah,
Quite like this.
Yeah.
You know, like, I love that guy's voice.
another
it
dimension of
seems
Not
like-
Cool in High School you've never seen before. You are now entering.
You are now in.
That's
It
what I
seems like there were
said.
5 seasons.
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah.
156 episodes. So
Yeah. Shows didn't go long back then, but you had a lot of episodes per season.
Yeah,
I
so
was, I
we
was
can-
gonna say that's a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
and then if we
Yeah.
do like 2 an episode, it'll we get through it a little
And
quicker.
these are the old black and white ones.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
They're the
'cause-
ones I used to see too.
So that's
I mean-
something we're thinking about doing very soon.
It only ran for a couple years too. Like they didn't skip years. It came out in 59 and then ended it in 64.
Wow.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
they-
and sometimes a season was like first originally Batman animated series.
Yeah.
That first season is like almost like 60 episodes.
Yeah, because it was weekly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
yeah.
lot of shows back in the day were like that, too.
Mhm. But all right, that's all I got for news. Just the acquisition stuff. Oh, the Xbox acquisition is going to be reviewed, but that's kind of common practice.
Yeah, it's going to take a while.
Yeah, so it's gonna probably. But people are seeing that that's gonna be reviewed, and that means it's gonna get shut down.
Yeah.
That's what
No.
the entire Bethesda deal that was being reviewed, and it wasn't public knowledge. Like Xbox didn't have
Yeah,
to make that
every
public
Big
knowledge.
thing.
That's what they did with Blizzard. They kept it quiet. And then once it got approved by the government, that's when they announced, "Hey, we're doing this."
Yeah.
So if they're already announcing it, they're pretty confident.
Yeah. It's usually. So I
Because I think it works is if you own, if you can't have control of a certain percentage of the industry,
noticed a
and
monopoly.
and
yeah.
because there's so many other gaming industries and companies that own all these other titles and all these other things, it's still not even if you don't fall in that percentage even owning Bethesda and Activision. You know what I mean? Like
But they said even in total it'll be they'd own 10% of video games.
Yeah.
So that's not a
they're way under
majority.
still. Yeah.
There was a He-Man movie, live action movie ordered by Netflix, and they casted Kyle Allen as He-Man. I don't know the dude.
I don't know him either.
He doesn't look jacked, so I'm like, you better maybe either get jacked with some steroids or CG. They are making Mortal Kombat 2 for
Oh
HBO.
yeah, I did see about that.
That looks.
What if
pretty
he's
good.
just really shredded?
But you're He-Man. You can't
You're
be
He-Man.
Spider-Man. You got to be
gotta
fucking
be He-Man.
the whole. You got to be Arnold.
Yeah.
Oh boy, it's
Yeah.
gonna be hard to find someone
Yeah.
with acting chops and that size.
And I tried to
But
look
who
into
played the He-Man in the 90s?
Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
which
right.
is it was okay. I mean, he was jacked, but you got to be like Hogan in the 80s,
What's his
man.
name?
Kyle
Allen?
Allen. Kyle Allen.
He is also in the brand new West Side Story.
Oh.
Do you have a
He
picture
plays
of him?
Balkan. Is Balkan like the main dude?
I have
No
no
idea.
idea.
I gotta look this guy up.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I thought
A
it was
L L E N.
Yeah, I was
Long
never a
time
West
ago.
Side Story.
So
person.
He-Man is muscles on muscles.
muscles on.
And
Like-
tiny underwear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Conan the
Furry
Barbarian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely.
I know
not,
who he meant. I never watched it though. I don't think.
Yeah.
I
When
feel
you
like I've
watch,
seen him in some like another. Was there like another show that had like a bunch of random people?
no, what you're thinking of is the action figure show,
That was it.
and it was the He-Man knockoff.
I think that was it.
I forget what that show was called.
So,
Rocket Power? No, not Rocket Power. It was a Nickelodeon thing. Or no, it was Adult Swim with the action figures.
Yeah.
I forget.
Here's him shirtless in a pool
Rocket
scene.
Power was cool.
You
though.
better fucking get
Let me
some.
see.
Let me just Google
what?
random picture of
I
He-Man.
got bigger arms than that guy.
So he's got.
They're all just gonna CGI it.
he
Yeah.
kind of looks like Heath Ledger in the
A little
He
face.
bit.
does a little.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Kind of has a
looks
Heath
like-
Ledger look.
I don't
his
know who
arms
he
look
played.
really
Now I want to
skinny
watch
there.
the movie to see who he plays on West Side Story.
Balkan.
Probably one of the main guys, probably. My guess.
Here's what
I'll
He-Man
save
looks
my
like in the
comment.
cartoon. All right.
He's jacked.
You can't really find a human being that size though.
Well, no, but you got to find somebody close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't. I mean, Brock
At least
Lesnar.
some muscles. Brock Lesnar with his little
Here-
hair.
Here's
looks like the
80s.
guy
Even
from
80s
Mortal
He-Man
Kombat.
is pretty
That's
jacked.
that's. I mean, he's jacked, but that you can get like Jason Momoa that size to play
Ooh,
that.
Jason Momoa and his wife are breaking.
Yeah.
Oh
but
yeah,
I
we
mean,
didn't cover that.
She's too old for him anyway. That's my
Aren't they the
statement.
same age?
Bullshit.
No, she's like
No,
10 years
she's-
plus.
Oh,
10 years or
yeah,
more
right,
older.
right, right.
She's definitely his senior.
Yeah.
She was Lisa Bonet.
Yeah.
Or is it Monet or Bonet?
Bonet.
Bonet, yeah. And I tried to find more info on that Evil Dead game. I can't find any info on it. It's just Evil Dead game coming. Well, what
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah,
You
I
know?
think they said it's going to be a
Someone
mix
said
between
Left 4
Left 4
Dead.
Dead, or some people are thinking it's going to be like the Friday the 13th game, where you have to like
Oh, that'd be cool.
set traps. It's kind of like a mix between Friday the 13th, the Left 4 Dead, and maybe like that Dead by Daylight.
Yeah,
where-
which that's all right. But I want a game where you're Ash and you kick ass.
yeah, you'll probably
Yeah,
one.
that's
person,
what I want.
One person will probably get to be Ash, and the rest will be like other people in the game. And then
Yeah.
if you get eaten, you get turned into a
Turn-
zombie in the last
A
minute.
zombie?
Well, zombie
Deadite.
demons. Yeah, Deadite. It's the same thing.
No, it's
no,
not.
it's not.
Zombie's
it's
living
not.
dead, right? A zombie is like a living dead person.
But
They're
it's
undead.
it's
undead.
the,
Okay,
it's
but
the
it could be a
universe of the Evil
skeleton.
Dead. It's a Deadite.
Zombies are in Walking Dead. Zombies ain't in Evil Dead.
Yeah, they're close. They're in the same
They're
ballpark.
Deadite.
Close.
They're in
Deadite.
the same
But the
ballpark.
Deadites are faster and they're snarky.
And they can talk.
yeah,
they
Yeah,
can
they can talk.
snarky.
Yeah.
So
They
There
can
are fast
communicate.
zombies.
yeah, they are fast.
They don't talk though.
Yeah, I know.
Well, in the
I'll swallow ya,
what was it,
swallow.
Army of the Dead, they talk. They made
Swallow
their own.
this.
They had their own.
They have their own language of grunts.
That was his first a one-liner. You know what?
What?
Swallow this was his first one-liner.
What,
Really?
Bruce
He says
Campbell?
that in the first one.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen the first one in a while.
All right. Well,
There's
let's,
never.
I always
Anyone
see
have
Army
any-
of Darkness. That's always one that I
Yeah.
see that's on.
anyone
Oh,
have any
that's
news?
great.
Any more, is that the end of the news? And let's get into our.
So
our
I
topic?
have
Yeah,
one
I-
more piece of news that I
I
forgot
have
about.
those then too.
Okay, cool.
Okay, there we go.
All right, Anthony, you can go first, and then
Sorry, sweetie.
So Universal Studios, known for their theme parks, they decided to make an announcement about their third new park, Epic Universe.
What?
It's supposed to be coming out for the public to be able to go on rides and stuff. I believe summer of 2025. No, that's a
Oh.
little bit away, but like some of the stuff that they have announced for it, like there's going to be, I think, Harry Potter / Fantastic Beasts going to be into it. The Universal Monsters, I think How to Train Your Dragon, and Super Mario, and maybe some other things too.
So will it be connected to like Universal Studios, Universal Islands of Adventure? Or are they going to like revamp Islands of Adventure?
No, this is actually like
A
2 miles
totally
south.
different. Okay, so
of
those are totally different
park.
park then.
Yeah, they're making a bigger
Well,
park.
Well, that's kind of how Disney is.
Mhm.
If you're at the main like Epcot to Wild Kingdom to
Yeah.
like I don't know. If
You got to
yeah,
get the park hopper
Yeah.
and you get on the
well,
van and go
some of them are
different
2 or 3
places
miles away. You get on a bus and
Yeah.
you drive to them. They're not
Yeah.
all connect. Like you can't
No.
walk from Epcot to Wild Kingdom.
No.
They're all separate areas.
I've never been.
See, I think
in-
it wasn't Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure they were kind of connected
are.
by City
They
they're
are
Walk.
next door.
Yeah.
You can
With
just
Harry
walk
Potter, they're
from one
connected
side to
now.
the other.
Yeah, I haven't been there since 2001. So
What
that
if the
was way
train takes
pre-Harry
you to
Potter.
the other? Like if they build a 2 mile train that you can actually get on in Harry Potter and go to
They
the
might.
other Harry.
That
that'd
was
be kinda-
cute.
Because
That was
that'd be
cute.
Great.
Yeah, well,
They
that's what they do
take
now.
you
So
on
they,
the Hogwarts
the-
Express.
yeah, the new Harry Potter ride will take you to the
Oh,
other
okay.
sections.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not a huge Harry
That
Potter
City
fan. That
Walk
sounds
Hard Rock Cafe was my favorite Hard Rock Cafe I've ever been in.
We never did Universal. I only did Disney like a long time ago.
You had to pick between when I went with the band. You had to pick between one or the other. It was either Studios or was Islands of Adventure. I picked Islands of Adventure. So and then afterwards, you all met at City Walk at Hard Rock Cafe.
That's cool.
Never
Yeah.
been to Florida, so I can't.
Living in Florida, but
Yeah.
not
Hopefully one day
Disney.
our podcast gets big enough that I can
Yeah.
pay for everyone to go to Disney.
The,
I
the
would-
I don't
podcast
think.
is
Would
moving
you
Florida.
like to go to Disney, or you have no interest in Disney?
I want to go to Star Wars park.
See,
Yeah.
Star Wars was
even-
cool.
That
if
part
you're
was
not-
awesome.
Even if you're not into things like
You like
Yeah.
it when you're there.
Disney's
yeah.
it's really cool at hiding things. I think the
Yeah, like if
rides are
someone-
still fun.
Gave me tickets, I would give them to somebody else.
Really?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't go to Disney World?
No.
Well, what
I
about,
figured you
what
would
about
not be into
Universal?
it.
Is that the movie one? Yeah, I'd probably go to that.
I mean, there's so much. There's a
I
lot.
lived
in
I
Adventure.
wouldn't too.
Go out of
Islands
the
of-
way.
Islands of Adventure had the Spider-Man ride, and that was the best
It-
thing.
oh,
when
it's
I was
still
there.
there, and it's kicking
Spider-Man
butt.
ride was
Yeah.
was awesome. I loved it,
Well,
and
now
I
doesn't
loved the
Disney have that
incredible.
Spider-Man stuff.
So they still have Marvel in
Yeah.
general as the comic books in Universal Islands of
Universal.
Adventure.
Yeah.
So the characters still show up. Like you can still see
Mhm.
Spider-Man and the
Hulk.
X-Men show up and
Captain
whatnot.
America.
Yeah.
And the Hulk roller coaster was awesome. That was the first accelerated one that I was ever on that actually shoots you out of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had a good time. I would definitely do it again.
yeah,
gotta-
I would too.
I want to go.
I would say don't go on Fast and Furious. If you're
Yeah,
gonna go to
no. It's
Universal.
the worst ride ever.
It's
Worst
the
ride.
worst.
I think all the rides in the studio park is gone that I wanted to do. I wanted to do Twister. I wanted to do the Jaws one. That's gone. There
Yep.
was something else that's gone too.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Yep,
King
that was the
Kong
other
is
one.
gone.
Yeah, King Kong I didn't care for, but I would have done all three of the other ones.
I would have loved King Kong. Like I said, I like
We
monsters.
got
cool.
stuck like 3 days in freaking Epcot.
Really.
Yeah, and we had one day in
Epcot's
Universal.
cool if you're over
you-
21 years old.
This
Yeah.
we weren't. We were like bored to tears.
Because there's like
tears.
2 rides when I was there in Epcot, and it was just food and it's just food and drink.
Yeah, and I remember paying
Yeah.
like $10 at the time for a personal pan pizza that was in the shape of a Mickey Mouse head. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's cool.
that-
So
Yeah,
but
Epcot,
that was
you would have fun
expensive
at
back
Epcot
then.
because you would go,
probably
to,
more
you go to
now.
each country and try different food.
Ooh,
Oh,
that
that
So
sounds
sounds-
fun.
Epcot
That sounds great.
is like a giant world.
Yeah.
And then like each like there's an Italian, German, Japanese, Chinese.
That sounds cool.
Speaking of
Yeah.
food, did you see the stupid Batman calzone that Papa John's is doing?
Oh,
Not Papa
yeah, I
John's, Little
saw that.
Caesars.
no.
Yeah, it's a calzone, and they put 4 cuts in it and then fold it so it looks like a bat. I was like,
Yeah.
So wait, is this everywhere or is this just like limited places?
as far as
might-
it was just on the commercial for Little Caesars.
Oh, that
So
guy-
you're
I was gonna
saying you
say,
wouldn't-
for
you
Little
wouldn't try
Caesars,
it?
I think.
I mean, it's just the calzone that they just cut.
yeah.
It's
I mean,
not,
there's one in
You're actually
Bloom.
losing calzone.
yeah, it's not Batman flavored or something.
Yeah.
Can I
Uh,
get
Tastes
it at
like
the one at
taste of
Bloom?
Gotham City.
yeah, what the hell would be Batman?
It tastes like
flavor?
crime.
Yeah.
It
That
tastes like rich.
Tastes like COVID
Rabies.
coming from the bat.
Oh,
Smells dying. Yeah.
This
so,
is why we're in separate places.
yeah.
that got announced as it's gonna be not quite, but it's pushing a 3-hour movie.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
like-
seen toys of Batman and Catwoman, but Catwoman's like she doesn't have her helmet or whatever you call it, mask on, but Batman does. And he's like battle damage. They look all right, but the toys are kind of stupid.
I tell you what, I seen a pretty good side profile of the cowl.
Mhm.
I like it. It kind of it's a mix between almost like the Adam West style cowl with the ears, but like more
They're
modern and
Short.
yeah, and it doesn't. It's like obviously not cloth. It's
Yeah.
actually protective. But I don't know. I like the suit. The suit's growing on me. The more I keep seeing, I'm like, I like this suit.
Yeah, I didn't see it with a cape yet, but we'll see.
Somebody had posted the Riddler a while back.
I
and
hate
it's
the
like,
Riddler.
That is terrible.
Yeah.
That is god awful.
Well, the Riddler's gonna be like a whole mystery of like that's why
Yeah,
his
but they didn't need to
costume
put
is
him
the
in
way
a
he
green
is.
trash bag.
Yeah, they didn't have to put a
basically.
good mask on.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw it.
Well,
yet.
it's-
Anytime you want to change a villain, look at Bane.
Yeah,
That
well,
wasn't Bane.
They
Ooh.
I
the
like
reason
Bane.
the reason that I guess what
Bane
their
was
the
good.
plan is
No, he
once
wasn't.
I
the
like
Riddler-
them.
Riddler
Just
I
couldn't
like-
understand.
All
them.
right.
I like the guy who played Bane.
Yeah.
To be fair,
oh,
Andy-
that's yeah. Here we go.
We have a
Wha-
bias though. We were
Yes.
there on set.
Okay.
For,
Well, that's,
And
that's
to
what
be
I
fair,
thought.
there was only 2 on-screen Banes.
When they looked at the characters, okay, let's take this guy. He's Spanish, right? He's like a wrestler. He's real intelligent. But then he takes this venom and then he gets super jacked and like hulks out.
Yeah.
All right, we want to take that character, but we don't want any of them characteristics. Then don't take that fucking
You're
character.
preaching to the choir. So
Oh my God.
That's my point there.
my theory, and this is not anything I read. This is my theory of maybe defending the Riddler in the first movie of that character choice, the way they're dressing him,
Mhm.
is because once he gets caught and then he realizes everyone knows who he is, that's when he puts the outfit on that's more revealing.
I guess, but I mean,
Because the whole
in the world, no one knows that the Riddler's Edward Nygma. Like
Yeah.
the populace of
Mhm.
Gotham doesn't know that. Just like they don't know Catwoman Selena Kyle, even though they see her face.
Yeah.
Oh, who's the Penguin? We don't know.
So I think that's why they're doing where he's more cloaked because they really want to lean into a detective movie for this one because it's supposed to be a lot of detective work.
They could have
Yeah.
done it better.
Yeah, I mean,
Somehow.
you don't.
That just looks like a trash bag.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
mask is
It's just
awful.
it's terrible.
I'll see how it translates the screen first because there's some things that like I didn't like Scarecrow at first. I'm like, okay, I'm into Scarecrow the way he looked.
He was all right. I like the Gotham, the one from Arkham Horror.
I didn't like
not
the way- I didn't
Arkham
like the way
Arkham
Heath Ledger's
Asylum.
I didn't like Heath Ledger's Joker at first.
I still don't like the way he looks, but he was a really good Joker.
Yeah, his performance took away the makeup I didn't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Mhm.
I
So
was
that's
just
why
gonna- my eyes got wide when you said you didn't like the Heath Ledger Joker.
I didn't like the look.
Yeah, you didn't like the look. I
Yeah.
understand that.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Like when people were offended with Jared Leto's Joker,
Mhm.
I can see why, but I
Yeah.
felt the same way Heath Ledger when I first seen it. I was
Yeah.
like, this is not.
Jared Leto actually kind of grew on me then after a while.
I wish.
After,
I think if we
all
would
the
have seen more of what
tattoos
that
and
Joker
stuff
was
on him,
about,
yeah.
it would have made more sense in
Yeah.
that universe.
Yeah.
But it's still obviously if you read a comic and that's your attachment to the Joker, you're not gonna like it,
Right.
Because it's not what you're used to.
Right.
But I can also
Or
make
even
the,
Jack Nicholson's Joker.
That-
When I was
that's
little,
the
that was my
closest-
attachment.
yeah,
Yeah,
Jack
that's like-
Nicholson's the closest we ever got
like
to a
60s,
comic
70s
book
Joker,
Joker.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything like Heath Ledger's was not comic book accurate,
No,
and
no.
people gave it the pass. You know what I mean?
But he played him so well.
He had the perfect amount of screen time. Because
Yes.
people don't think people give him more credit for screen time in the movie than he gets,
Mhm.
and he's only in the movie like not even 20 minutes. But
Mhm.
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
his screen time as the Joker is not very long.
Mhm.
I like when they break movies down. Like this, it's interesting to see.
Mhm. Like Jaws, you only see Jaws like
Oh, yeah, I can imagine 5
Yeah.
minutes,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Not
because
even-
it kept broken
It
down.
broke, yeah.
Yeah. That's,
Yeah, it kept sinking to the bottom of
It
the lake or
broke.
the ocean
Yeah.
or wherever they're
But
filming.
if you go back and watch the movie because everything's shot through his
Yeah.
eyes or through this, you
And you-
think the shark's there the whole time.
And you
Yeah.
don't consciously know. Like,
yeah, so it's cool how they do it. Last Beer hanging out with us. If you're a
Mm.
Bangin' Beers fan, Josh from Last Beer hung out with us last episode. Our Bangin' Beers is growing tremendously. And it's
Yeah.
Sure, that's
tr-
right.
highly because of Josh.
You guys
here.
were
Who
really
else
funny.
is
that-
watching, Bill?
Bill just joined.
Yeah.
You guys were really funny when I was clipping that episode. And he's like, this is gonna bring you back past memories of regret of being on your floor, your carpet. Or like
I'm not gonna
basement
lie.
on your
I had a pretty
floor.
nasty headache after we did that episode.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
See, I was like you too. I drank a lot of Beastie Light, so
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Bill says, "Hey, buddy." That's to little Josh and Last Beer. So yeah. Well, let's get into it.
Yeah.
Oh
I
wait,
was
no.
gonna say.
Anthony has news.
no, I have one more piece of news.
Nikolai
Oh, yeah,
has
Gotta
Nikolai.
mention.
Nikolai has
Nice.
news.
So Jones Soda, I'm a big fan of their work
Oh,
and their stuff. They announced, and it is now released, that they are doing a collaboration with Icy as their new
Ooh.
limited edition flavor, and it is their cherry flavored, which is available
Icy.
in their store now. I got a pack ordered, so I'm really excited to.
I wonder if you can get a
are
Sheets.
we gonna try it on the show?
We can, yeah.
We gotta bring that back. Try it.
Yeah, Sheets used to have Jones Soda. I don't know if they
Yeah.
still do.
I can't find it anywhere around here, so I have to order it from their site.
Yeah, Walmart has like 3 flavors.
Our
but it's always
T-shirt
the
money
same.
came in, so I could probably get 2 more mute switches, and then I think Hair's buying one,
And if I get one,
and then you get one, and
Yeah.
then we'll be covered.
Yeah.
So I have to buy 2.
And if
Uh,
I'm here, I could just have this mute switch.
Oh, I'm saying no, because when we can bring Candy back to the show, and we can
Yeah.
all try Candy, and then we can hit the mute switch when we're chewing, so we're
Yeah.
not on the mic. Which is one of the big reasons why I wanted to bring that back. That was a lot of fun trying snacks, but a lot of people are like, I can't do the chewing and,
No.
and the mouth
Yeah.
smacking on the microphone, and I can definitely see that because when you're listening back on a pair of headphones or in a car, you're like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
well,
All right,
then don't
Let's
listen.
Start our topic. then.
Don't ever come back. Then fuck
Yeah.
you.
But it is. It's not.
Candy.
It is.
I don't
kinda
care.
like
I don't care.
podcast etiquette.
If I
You
come
don't
to your
need-
house and I tell you I like the whole house except that one room,
Yeah.
it's not painted right, then fuck you. Don't come back to that house.
you're making content and it's like a you
Don't
know,
come back to the
what
house.
are certain
Don't
things
come back to
what
the
are
house.
certain things are like taboo in wrestling you're not allowed to do.
That you're not allowed to do.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
they do a
Roast
lot.
Slim
To do.
Jims.
I'm just saying like do it like spitting on the crowd, but you're like, well, fuck it, it's me, it's my character, it's what I do. You don't like it, don't come back.
Well, yeah, but I mean, spin on the crowd. Well, right now, that's probably.
Yeah,
Well, I'm-
that's-
well,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying-
COVID risk.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
none of
like,
that.
I mean, let's say
mouth-
there was no
what
corona.
are some taboos?
Well,
is
if
what we're
you
trying-
didn't like that,
Yeah.
that the heel yelled at you, then don't come back.
but what I'm saying is everything has its
Now, if you
its-
spit, that's a little, especially
yeah.
nowadays.
So everything
Yeah.
has those unwritten rules that like on TV or you don't do on the radio or stuff like that. So I'm trying to be conscious to that a little bit because if,
Fuck 'em.
if you listen to a podcast, I listen to a podcast that we both listen to.
I hate when
in
the
the one episode.
The whole podcast is like this.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
annoying
starts
too.
to say- That's
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I had a podcast where somebody was literally going.
Oh, I hate that.
Arn Anderson's
I
first
hate
one.
hearing people breathe.
dude, the microphone felt like it was in their chest,
Ugh.
and the whole podcast was like, because here's the thing, if you're doing that, yeah, you're doing the edits, and you're like, oh, that's so fucking, especially if you have
Yeah.
that small noise in a
I
podcast,
couldn't imagine.
drives me crazy. So that's
Okay, let's
yeah.
start our topic.
Yes.
Before we go
Yeah.
down on rants.
yeah. Sorry, guys.
Let's go.
Pikachu. That's
No,
so easy.
yeah, Nikolai, start us off.
All right. So
Yeah.
the way I broke this up is it's
Right.
not my favorite movies of all time, because that's too hard. I have
It is
favorite-
hard.
It is
Thank
hard.
you.
Yeah,
No, it's not.
It is.
it is.
I can pick my, like I said
It's
earlier, I
hard.
can pick my
Well,
favorite
you're
anything
special.
immediately.
You're special then. I
We only
can't.
like two genres of anything.
Yeah, but like if someone said,
Here's the thing with Andy.
"What's your
we should
favorite
all-
color?" Purple.
we
There,
should all
done.
know He's
Done.
very.
Well,
Done.
color. I could do a color, but I
Sure.
can't do.
What's your
movie.
No,
favorite
I
food?
can't do
Cheesesteak.
color
Oh,
either.
done.
There's
on
so
my
much
mood.
I can do
content
color.
that's hard
Yeah,
to pick.
there's so much that
Andy
I
is
can't
just very
pick.
centered
pick
and
one.
stable in what he
Yeah.
likes. He knows what he likes. He knows
Yeah.
what he doesn't like, and that's
What's your
just
favorite
Andy.
donut? Dunkin' Donuts, the blueberry one. Then it's
All
jelly.
of them,
The brownie batter one. It should
All
be
of
everybody's.
them.
Yeah, the brownie batter one is.
It's easy.
except for old fashioned. They suck.
What's your favorite spice? I don't know. Pepper. There we go.
Yeah,
See?
Salt,
Favorite style of wrestling?
mud.
My style, I guess. Strong style. Strong style.
You prove my
Japanese.
my style. I love you, Andy. All right. Yeah.
Moving on.
When I was mentally doing this, I was like, man, obviously it's hard to say what is my favorite over other ones because I break things up in my brain by genre.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
my favorite horror, my favorite action, my
Right.
favorite, and it's hard to say like that action's better than that comedy because some people are, you know, what I mean, like I'm
Yeah.
more, depends on my mood. What I
Yeah,
can
Right.
you could always
Right.
say which one
I,
did you
I still
enjoy
have
more.
that one favorite movie though. And then I'll
Yeah.
See,
say
I
it.
don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
I
have
don't.
a
And then
heavy-
the rest of them kind of bounce in and out and move
Yeah.
in and out.
I kind of just picked the top 3 of ones that are my go-to. I could watch it all the time when
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't have something else that I
Yes.
don't
That-
know what to watch. I'll pick that.
That's what I'm.
That's
like
what
when
I
you had
did.
free time as a kid, you went to probably a video game, right?
Yeah, or TV.
TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I know for me, a video game, but I was also a movie person.
Mhm.
So I'm really,
Me
really
too.
deeply.
I
connected
watched
to
movies
movie.
I shouldn't have watched as a kid.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Like Heidi watches movies and TV. I always say almost like unhealthily. Like
Yeah.
she's like
I don't do anything else.
like she could watch like 3
But
or 4
if-
movies in one day, and I'm
Wow.
like,
Yeah.
Oh,
If
I've done
that's-
more than that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
have
nothing.
two though.
I
That's
can't do
nothing.
that.
Yeah, that's cake. That's
I watch a
have
movie.
to.
I'm like, I have to go do a completely different
It-
activity.
No.
I've done a whole TV
Wow.
show on Netflix in one day.
Oh,
Haunting
yeah.
a Hill House.
Yeah.
Haunting a Hill House. When that came out, that was.
I'll do a season a day.
I had to take a break just to go get a Pollock
Yeah.
pizza with Sam, and then I came back. I'm like, no, we're going.
I
right
have
back
no
home.
need
I'm
to take a
finishing.
break. I
No,
want to
me
keep
neither.
watching it.
Like I play video game for 2.5 hours, and then
That's
I'm
a
like,
lie.
I need to go find.
That is a
That's
lie.
a lie.
How long have we played?
Bullshit. We
From, like,
started
9 to, like,
around
3
9
in the morning.
o'clock and then
Yeah,
ended at
yeah.
3.
Yeah, you've played
don't
like
wanna
all
hear
day.
it.
So 8
I did-
hours.
What was that show I watched like a couple weeks ago? I watched the whole. I literally watched until 4 a.m. and I was like,
It
I
was
can play. I can
Good
play.
girls.
I can play
It was
on.
good
I can
girls.
play
It was.
solo video
need to go to
games.
sleep.
And
for
that was
two,
another one
2.5
too I
hours.
done.
Okay.
And then
That's
I
fair.
have to find something else to do.
I watched
Oh.
the last season of Punisher almost in one day. I
Yeah.
think it took it like
Yeah.
a day and a half.
yeah.
But movies,
haven't
I'm
even-
lucky
That
if I
was so
see
good.
3 movies a
Oh
year.
no, I sit when
Not
he goes
nowadays.
away. Like when you guys go to like wrestling, I just watch movies
Yeah.
all
Wow.
Even if I'm
day.
upstairs playing,
all
she
night.
still watches movies.
Yeah.
all day. I have to come. And then and then I have to come down and take the TV off.
No,
What's
that's
wrong
fine.
with
Like,
that? Nothing wrong with
Love it.
that.
huh.
Nothing wrong with that. I enjoy
How I
cinema
unwind.
too. I
Love it.
yeah, that's how she relaxes.
Crazy.
That's great.
All
I'm
right,
kind of like her.
Nikolai.
so-
So you make your first pick here, and
Yes.
All right.
some
Well,
of these picks.
before,
Some of these
uh,
picks too. If someone else agrees, you can
Yeah.
chime in and be like, "This is on my list too," and then you can just kind of scramble and think of something.
I don't think anybody's gonna pick anything that I picked. So go ahead.
I didn't
Before we
know
get
the
too
one you liked.
far, because I can see the comments. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, yeah.
But Bill talked about that they had a Thanksgiving pack a long time ago for Jones Soda. They did bring that back, but I think it was just the one soda for this past year, and it was like gravy and turkey or something.
Ugh.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't see it anywhere.
Yeah, I think you
Now
could only get it
why?
on their website, and it was like a challenge. Like if you drank it or whatever, they'd send you a T-shirt or something. If you videotaped it or
Wow.
something, as like if you chugged it, I believe was the
Challenge
exact.
accepted.
Yeah.
Chugging it would actually probably be easier because that
Yeah,
would
you
ignore
taste
the
it.
taste.
Yeah.
Because some of them are awful.
I don't
I
know.
mean, Tony might
Off.
do it for a T-shirt. He gave blood for a T-shirt.
I can't do bad taste and smells though.
yeah, no.
I did give blood once.
He
for a
never
t-shirt.
gave blood ever, and then his job was like, "Oh, you get a T-shirt." He came home. He's like, I gave blood today and I got a t-shirt.
Was it a cool shirt?
No, it
No,
wasn't
it was
cool.
just a Red Cross
I just did it
t-shirt.
because I knew if I came home and told her that's why I did it, it would get a pop.
Or a t-shirt.
So that even when
Because
I'm-
we need more t-shirts.
even when I'm not with
Hey, at
her,
least he has them nice and organized. I see the bins there and they're A through
That's
whatever.
me.
They're always
Yeah,
like
I was
your-
gonna say that's not
Because
him.
there was no more room. I gave him the closet. I even put a
Oh.
second bar
See,
in the closet.
I've been giving you credit for that. I said,
No,
thinking to
that's
myself,
me.
Wow, he
I
has everything
maintain
nice
it.
and
It was all
organized.
me.
He loves
I
his
maintain it.
t-shirts.
Yeah.
I
That's
maintain
then
it.
the
Tiny.
closet was too full, so we put them all in bins.
Yeah, but I will be out somewhere and think, how funny would this be if I brought this home to fuck with Heidi? Like even when she's not with me, I'm thinking of ways I could rib her.
Oh my god.
That's a true. That's how my brain processes.
This is
Like,
our life.
but yeah, Nikolai.
So
Continue, please.
I'm actually gonna start with my favorite independent horror film, which was actually from Shudder originally, if I'm not mistaken, and I've talked
I
about it so many
Don't
times.
know.
It's Haunt.
I thought it was on Netflix first and
It might
then
have
went to
been,
Shudder. I
but
meant to look that up actually, Kane. I
don't-
forgot.
I don't know if it ever was because I think I would have watched it
I-
if it was on
So
Netflix.
I don't
Haunt-
know.
have
I
Shudder,
swear I
so-
saw it on Netflix first and then it went to.
So Haunt
I don't
is
know.
your favorite horror movie.
No,
no,
it's independent.
my favorite independent horror movie.
Yes.
Okay,
It's on
um,
my. It's on my like whole list, big
like
list.
all,
It's
of
very
all
good.
time.
No,
Haunt jumped to all time.
not
that.
like all time, but like a good list, like favorites.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's wrong if it is.
It's
I'm just-
good. I like it.
No,
it's one that I
overall-
can go to and rewatch all the time.
Yeah, overall,
I think a
would
lot of
say-
people take a movie and they're like, oh, because it's newer, it can't make my all-time list. And I have a movie that came
No.
out within the past couple of
You
years.
can watch one that came out yesterday and give
Yeah.
me your favorite movie. you
Yeah.
know?
I mean, personally, for me, I want to say out of horror in general, it's in my top 10 without
Okay.
a question.
Yeah.
And most of these movies that like I talk about, yeah, they may have subgenres and stuff within it, but they're in my top 10 of like within their genre. So
There's a movie with the same actor that he's a killer in another movie that's
Oh, yeah.
higher on my list.
That's
It's one of
on
my
list.
favorites.
Strangers
Higher,
too?
too.
Strangers.
assuming. Well, he was only in
Yeah.
the second one.
Oh, well then I
Yeah.
didn't even see the second one. So the first
You
one.
didn't?
No, I
Oh,
never
I
seen
didn't.
Strangers.
No,
Good.
I never watched
It
the
was good.
second one either.
Is that the
The
one in the
first
trailer
one-
park?
No,
His
the
number
first one
two
they're in a
is the
fancy
Yeah,
house.
number 2 is
kind
in
of,
the
yeah.
trailer park.
Okay, yeah, I did see part 2 then.
Yeah, the
It was
first one
good.
they're in like a vacation log home, like
Yeah.
vacation cabin.
Rumored it was supposed to be taking place in like the Poconos.
It was like a
Really?
based on
I
a
could
true
see
story,
that.
yeah,
I could see it.
or something like that. That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah. So Haunt.
Yeah, so Haunt is my first pick for independent horror. It's definitely my favorite.
I don't
my
know if it would
favorite.
be on my top 10, but it would definitely top 20 because it's good.
Yeah,
We should
it
have
is
broke
really
this down
good.
by genre and picked a genre.
No,
That's
see,
what I
that's
was
hard because
thinking
I don't
too.
feel like I have a favorite from every genre.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to
Like-
do it another time. We'll pick like,
For
our favorite-
instance, like
Well, maybe around Halloween or something, we'll do our favorite horror movies.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's really hard.
I never heard of this Haunt movie.
It's really
Oh,
good.
it's
well,
really
I
good.
never did
You don't
either,
really like
so-
horror though,
No.
right?
So
Oh,
this
you probably
one,
won't
you
like
go
Yeah,
to those
he-
like a
yeah, well,
Shocktoberfest where people dress up in
I love that.
costumes, except when you get there, like they're actually trying to kill you, and then it's
I-
like a giant maze to get out.
And for me, I don't know why I love those kinds of movies. Like I think it's because it's scary because we go to haunted houses and
Mhm.
every time I'm there, I'm like, is that chainsaw real? Is that person a real killer? Are they really gonna stab me?
Just imagine like if someone just came, because you're kind of your guard is up, but not to that point where you're in like flight or flight
Yeah,
mode.
you don't think they're
So
gonna kill
someone
you?
comes
Love
up with a fake knife, and you're like, "Oh, it's not real," and then they stab you,
Yeah.
and then we're all in a group, and you're like, "Guys," and you're like, "Oh, he's acting, he's playing along." So there's that mental like, "Oh shit, I'm at the mercy of these people." And that's kind of what the movie plays on.
Sorry, side tangent, but I have a funny story. We went to where did we go? Was it not Shocktoberfest? We all went with Kev.
Nikolai was there. That was the
yeah,
Jason-
Field of
was.
Screams.
I have
no,
that
it was Field of
photo.
Screams.
No, it wasn't Field of Screams.
Yes, it was Field of Screams. It was Field of Screams, and somehow I kept getting pushed ahead of everybody, and the lights went out, and I don't think they were supposed to, and I turned around thinking it was Kev, and I grabbed him, and the lights came on, and it was the maintenance guy.
It's like, hey
I
now.
was like full on, and like. And the lights came on. I was like, "You're not my friend. I'm sorry."
Yeah. All right, Anthony, go your next movie.
My first pick, it's gonna be a little of a surprise. Space Jam.
Ooh,
Yeah.
So-
Wait, the
Major surprise.
original?
Yeah, original or nowadays a new one.
Oh, the original.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a kid, that was a big pop for me. That was a really
That
big.
got me into Looney Tunes a little bit better.
I always
Mhm.
loved Looney Tunes.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. But yeah, that movie did it for me, especially with some cameos. The cameos,
Yeah,
like
Bill
everything.
Murray.
It
Bill
was really
Murray
good.
and the guy from Jurassic Park. I always forget his name, but he was funny in it.
Uh,
He played Newman.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Wayne Knight.
Wayne Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Wayne
say
Knight.
Newman from.
And then being a kid and like
Seinfeld.
that was the time I was into the NBA too, so I knew every single player that was in that movie.
Yeah.
And
I
like
didn't like basketball, but I
Yeah.
loved the movie.
I didn't
I didn't like
basketball
basketball,
either.
so I didn't watch that movie.
yeah.
Oh, I did. I thought it was good.
I was like,
I
Like
just watched
Looney
the
Tunes.
Looney
Yeah.
Tunes.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and I was
It
a
was all
huge
about Bugs
Michael
Bunny.
Jordan fan, so it was like it was everything about that movie.
Lola Bunny.
Lola Bunny.
Back when she was sexy.
She was.
It's the weirdest fucking thing. You know? People got upset by
I
that.
know, I know.
Green M&Ms are the new one. Did you
I
hear
used to
that?
like.
Oh, no,
I
I-
used to like Pepe Le Pew.
People are upset that the green M&M is no longer going to be sexy.
What? She has
They
boots.
took away her shoes. They made
took
them
away her go-go
sneakers, I
boots.
think.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Why
she's
can't
gonna look
she
like a
have
dude.
Go-go boots.
Yeah, her
Come
boots were
on.
kind of cool though.
They're like 70s
cool.
go-go boots.
Yeah.
People
They're
are-
white.
People
Yeah.
are
I never got turned
screaming
on by 'em.
PC culture. 'cause
No,
she
if you're
changed
getting
the
turned
boot.
on by green M&M, you have fucking problems. I'm sorry, but
I mean, you'll go to a grocery store like, oh yeah, here we go.
How do I get that
You know-
giant size?
I could picture someone going to like the M&M store in Times Square and like getting the big bag of like just the green ones, then going home and like filling a tub with it. Be like,
Yeah.
oh, the green M&M.
Oh, I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna do it.
Could you imagine if I walked outside somewhere and people were protesting with signs at like an M&M store? I just like grow up.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
don't you
can
have
see
any
you.
We're talking
time
about
for anything
M&Ms,
else?
like-
Go to
Yeah.
fuck home. All right, Space Jam. Is there a reason why? Like, what did that movie do for you?
Well, as a kid, I loved watching basketball, and Michael Jordan was actually one of my favorite players to watch. So seeing him and the Looney Tunes together, I was like,
How
This is like a
old were
dream
you
come
when
true.
Space Jam came out?
I think I was 1.
I was gonna say because I think at the age where you were able to understand Michael Jordan, he was probably a wizard at that point. But yeah, I was about to say
Probably.
like
Was that before or after he went to baseball?
This-
That
Oh,
was
I thought he
actually-
went to
that was
golf.
after
he was
baseball,
in
right?
baseball and out by the time Space. So
And-
Anthony wasn't
yeah.
even old enough to know that he left actual basketball.
Yeah, yeah.
In real
He
life.
wasn't bad a baseball player either. He was pretty good,
No, he wasn't.
wasn't he? I
No,
thought
he
was
didn't.
pretty
He,
good.
he only played
I
minor
They make
league.
jokes
For
about
Yeah,
that
but he
in the
played
movie
minor
too.
league pretty. It was okay. It wasn't like he was terrible.
He struck out a lot.
Did he? Okay.
For
Then I-
context, Space Jam came out in 1996.
Yeah.
the original.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, that's pretty cool. It's still your. I mean, listen, I'm probably gonna say a movie is
was
my
in
favorite, and I
4th
wasn't. I wasn't
grade.
alive when it came out. So
4th grade.
yeah.
I don't remember.
We'll switch to you, Andy.
Oh, okay. Let's start right at the top. Terminator 2: Judgment Day.
That is the
Excellent
best
pick.
one.
It's
That's
one of the
an
best
excellent
movies
pick.
of all time. You got everything you need. There's action. There's a strong female protagonist, which wasn't around much. It was her and Ridley.
No
from
boobs, though.
Aliens. Well, you don't need tits in
You
this.
said it has everything you need.
Except, well, there's no porn. Ain't a porno. I'm sure there is a Terminator porno.
Oh,
I'm
probably.
Kitnator
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And-
Oh yeah, when the guy's hand turns into a.
yeah, and even now the CG is still pretty good for the time. That
It
was
is
what
good.
92.
Yeah. 92, 93.
Yeah,
Is it
because Guns N'
really?
Roses soundtrack. You could be mine.
Really, that old?
Yeah, Bobby Budnick was in it. He was little
I thought it would be later.
John's friend.
No, it was super early.
Yeah.
Hmm, interesting.
So Terminator
is a
2
good one.
I seen that in the theater and I was like, what, 10?
Oh.
My mom took me to see that. I was scared.
Oh,
And then she has the nightmare. And then the robots want to take when Cyberdyne takes over. I was like, this is scary.
So I've never had an actual.
1991.
Oh, it was
Oh,
91.
wow.
Wow.
I really didn't think it
I
was
said
that old.
92. So
91.
I've never had like an actual nightmare, but as a kid, like that movie did freak me out because
Really?
because it's gonna be real.
like when Arnold rips off his
Like,
hand.
AI, like all like robots are gonna take over the world.
And,
Mhm.
and
I'm convinced.
you know, there's so many good scenes in that, man.
Like it freaked me
And the
out.
lines.
Can you watch
Pretty
it
good
like
movie.
multiple times in a week?
No, I couldn't watch any movie multiple times a week. If I watched it once, I wouldn't watch it for a while.
I just
I'm not one of
watched
them people.
What's a while?
Like
Yeah,
a couple
like-
months.
a couple hours.
Yeah, I wouldn't watch the same movie in one day. That's,
The only reason
think
I'm
that's
asking this is
ludicrous.
I really want to gauge the audience and us as people
yeah.
and like just how wildly different you are. Like Heidi, she could watch it literally probably the next
Like
day.
every day, yeah.
I had a
Yeah.
friend
So-
that would watch a movie and then start over and watch it again.
When
I
I
had a
was
friend
when
that
I
did
was
that too.
little, I would do
I
that.
I
was
don't
like,
know if I could
well,
do that.
kids
My
like-
brother used to do that.
Kids like to do that, so I
My,
understand.
Yeah.
my buddy Tony did that with Lord of the Rings. all
Oh
the
my
time.
god.
He must have had a lot of time in his hands.
Yeah.
My brother used to do that. He would go on like a spell where he would just watch this movie. Had to watch it every day. Like it was Jurassic Park and
Mhm.
Twister
Mhm.
Oh yeah, Twister.
every day. Twister was so good.
Oh, so
Which is
good.
funny because the
Cow.
kid was terrified of horror
Cow.
movies. So
No,
they
Yeah,
go-
he didn't
Cow.
like scary movies.
yeah, he was terrified of horror movies. Like you realize Jurassic Park is as close to a horror movie for your age as you're gonna get. Like that's
Loved it.
you're
But
already there.
It wasn't promoted as a horror movie. So maybe in his
Yeah.
mind,
It
that's how
kind
he.
of was.
It was a dinosaur movie for us
Yeah.
little
Yeah,
kids.
Dinosaurs.
But it wasn't like the trailer for that and the trailer for Nightmare on Elm Street aren't the same. You know
No.
what I mean? Like,
It's still a giant T-Rex gonna eat you.
yeah, but it's not when it's
I
not
feel like kids
presented
don't think about it that
in a
way.
horror context. You don't
Yeah.
think of it like
And I feel like
Yeah.
kids don't think about it like there's.
I see it as-
dinosaur.
Really?
Yeah,
See,
I see it
always
as an
took-
action
I
movie,
always
like
not
King
a horror
Kong isn't
movie.
horror.
Yeah.
Yes, the monkey could squash me and this, but it's not a horror movie. It's
It
not like
technically is horror,
Is
but
it
it's just not. It's
listed
not.
out?
It's,
It's action. It's an action or a drama.
Let's see.
I'm gonna. I don't know.
I would say
I'm
it's
already-
probably
King Kong.
action. Yeah,
Action.
maybe the first one was horror. Maybe
I don't know, man. I would always just consider that as a form of horror movie.
it always
No,
depends on
not to
how the
me.
movie is produced. You know how people take a movie trailer and they switch it and they cut stuff out, and like make it look like it's a different
Yeah.
type of movie.
Adventure horror.
Adventure horror. very
Hold
nice.
on, wait.
Yeah.
I'm look. There's different. Oh well, if you want the 2005 one, it's action, adventure, drama, romance.
No, okay.
Wait,
So
what movie are we
Because
talking
of that
about?
one little small
King
room.
Kong.
King
Yeah,
Kong.
Okay.
King Kong.
it all depends on
Peter
how
Jackson.
you
1933 was adventure, horror, sci-fi.
the direction of the movie. That's how it all depends on. Anyway,
Yeah.
Terminator 2, one of the
I
best of all
can't
time.
find.
Yeah, that
Top-
was.
top
I
Terminator
just
2.
watched it like 2 weeks
Really?
ago on one of the
It was
Saturdays.
just on. It's on one of the streaming services.
It's on
right? I think.
Netflix because that's
Is
what
it
I watched
Netflix?
it on. Yeah.
What a great soundtrack too. Even the orchestral music. like,
Jurassic
whatever
Park
it say.
is listed action, adventure, sci-fi,
That
thriller.
scene when he's
Not
saving
horror,
John
thriller.
Connor from the arcade from the T1000.
Yeah,
and
with,
he's
with
driving
with
the T1.
roses,
Yeah,
he
and
walks
then,
in.
yes, that shot, and the T1000 is driving the Mack truck through that like whatever that's supposed to be. I don't know
The
the city
little
spaces.
waterway, yeah.
Hmm.
and they're on the bike. That was awesome.
And he's just shooting with the. I had the toy too, and like.
Yeah.
I'm still
take off his arm
disappointed
and robot arm.
They got rid of the show at Universal. They actually like it's the only
I
thing
heard the
James
show was
Cameron did is
good.
canon. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
really
it was
good.
canon.
Yeah.
Bill, what you just brought up here is a huge. That's a huge conspiracy of sports conspiracy with
Mm.
Michael Jordan when he left to go play baseball for his dad. The rumor is there's a whole conspiracy that his dad was a murder hit. I don't believe that.
Okay.
But then there was another rumor that he owed a lot of people money, and then he was going to get caught for owing like pretty much gambling while he was an NBA player, kind of like Pete Rhodes.
Mhm.
So he left basketball. Like it was like a hidden punishment, like a secret punishment by the NBA. So they didn't strip everything from him. He went away from basketball for 2 years, and then he came back,
Mhm.
and he legally couldn't use 23, so he had to use 45, and then
Yep.
league had to give him back his number.
See that's in a show on Netflix called The Last Dance.
Yeah, but they don't go into the conspiracy of
They-
why
they
he
don't?
left. They're just
Okay.
like, oh, he left to go play baseball because his dad died, and he always wanted to do it for his dad.
I was always in and out with that because I didn't care for basketball.
It's a sports conspiracy.
Mm.
Okay.
There's a whole podcast on sports conspiracies I just found. I haven't listened to it yet, but it's very fascinating.
You know, I like conspiracies, but sports conspiracies, I'm gonna take a pass.
Yeah, a lot of it is just like people fixing games or
Oh, okay.
yeah.
well,
Mm-hmm.
Where's the
Kelly.
comic conspiracies at?
Comic.
There actually is a podcast I listen to called Comic Conspiracy because that's what they named their store.
One of the
There's no
biggest-
conspiracies.
One of the biggest comic book conspiracies for the longest time was, did Bob Kane fully create Batman? And that was a huge thing. And then it kind of came to light where he didn't. It was him and Bill Finger.
Yeah.
And then he literally held the rights away
There's
from
a documentary. I forget what it's called. The
Bill-
Batman.
It's
or
like
the Batman.
who created Batman or something
Yeah.
like that. It was on Hulu, but it was like that was a giant conspiracy for a while too. That people were on board. You know, people were like, how dare you say Bob Kane didn't do
Not
this?
so much conspiracy, more of a dispute.
Yeah, but I mean, it was all. But people didn't know who Bob Finger was until he started coming out and speaking,
Bill
and the
Finger,
people,
yeah.
Bill Finger.
Yeah.
So
It wasn't conspiracy.
Yeah.
Conspiracy is like if they said, "I created this because of this," and then someone's like, "Actually, it was because of this."
Yeah. Well, I think a conspiracy falls under any time you try to hide the truth from something.
Yes, but they weren't hiding the truth so much as
DC and Bob
not
Kane
giving credit.
were not being open about who, because every time they would be asked, they'd be like, "No, it's all us."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were lying.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wouldn't call that conspiracy.
Well, when our government lies to us, it's a conspiracy to find the truth.
Okay.
It depends on what it's about. I don't
Yeah,
think the Bill Finger thing was conspiracy.
I think to a degree, but
Nope.
Anyway,
your movie.
Kelly.
Okay, my movie. Both Heidi and Tony didn't know it when I came in and talked
Oh
about it.
yeah, I had no idea.
idea.
So
Nikolai will
mine
know it.
is a lesser known George Lucas film. My favorite movie of all time is Willow. It'll never
I
change.
know Willow.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know
Willow has
Willow.
been my favorite
feel like
since
I've heard
I
of
was a
Willow.
kid.
Had a Nintendo game and a short.
There's
lived
Warwick
film.
They
Davis,
have a Nintendo
right?
game.
Yep.
What,
idea.
Nikolai?
Warwick Davis is the star.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, and Val Kilmer's Mad Mardigan. Yeah, so This has been a film like when we were talking about watching movies over and over. This was one I had on a VHS tape and I was a little girl and I'd say, okay, rewind, replay. Like I could watch it over and over and over in a row. I loved it so much. So it's considered a dark fantasy drama. So it is a very fantasy movie. It's about this little person that finds this baby in the river and the baby's a princess and she's going to when she grows up, she's going to overthrow Madmorda, which is the evil queen. So it has everything I like. And it has fairies, it has magic, it has Val Kilmer as this awesome swordsman. You know, it has some action in it. It has magic. Some things that still ring true to me today. I could still sit down and watch it. And it's only exclusive now on,
Okay.
Yep. I didn't know it was a video game. I never had it. So that's awesome.
I don't think I've ever
I missed
heard
out
of
on that one. But yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Like
I'm
Zelda
sure
looking.
if you
Yeah.
saw the cover,
Maybe.
Yeah,
Wow.
you would know.
I've never
Yeah.
seen it, but I remember it was
It's on Disney Plus now.
that and the Dark Crystal. I got them mixed up.
Oh.
See, the Dark Crystal I never
I
cared
don't know. It
for.
doesn't look familiar. This one
Yeah, that's Willow.
doesn't look
So
familiar.
the DVD cover is actually different. It's blue and it has Willow in the middle, and you see Terrace Lee and a lot of the settings and stuff in the movie. But it's very funny. It has a lot of life themes in it. Like there's one part where he's the town sorcerer is picking the new sorceress apprentice, and Willow's going for it. And the question is, what finger is the most powerful finger or something on your hand?
This one.
Well, everybody goes down and pushes the sorcerer's finger, and Willow, like, he stops for a minute. There's only 2 fingers left, and he stops for a minute, and he, like, you could see he was going to give his own answer, but then he kind of judged himself and pushed down one of the other fingers, and the sorcerer says, "No apprentice this year." And then he meets up with him later and says, "You were originally right. If you would have picked your own finger, that was the right answer." Like saying that you are the most powerful, not my finger, but your finger. I don't know.
Mhm.
There's like a lot of little life lessons in it that I still like. So
Yeah, I can never get into fantasy realm.
I'm not a
brownies,
big.
fairies.
Yeah, I'm not a big.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird because I like stuff like that, but I don't know. I feel like most of the movies are just like misses for me.
Yeah.
It's to each their own. Like it's different strokes, different folks. That's stuff I loved, but you got to think what I do now. Like it kind of traveled over into
Yeah.
me. So
Yeah.
you know,
I
just
realize,
practiced-
like, thinking of a lot of my favorite movies of all time, because I'm really into documentaries. I like true stories.
Mhm.
So a lot of my movies are going to fall into that realm. And there's definitely a realm I'm definitely into when it comes to like history and American history. So that's where I'm going to fall with a lot of my stuff. But what is your favorite movie?
Scream.
Yeah.
It's a good number 1 pick. I was
Yeah.
contemplating when you told me it was like, I knew what some movies you were going to pick are. And you would pick Scream as your all-time favorite horror movie.
Yeah, but probably like all-time favorite.
Scream 1, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of people, they say there's no question, hands down, scariest movie, horror movie genre, it's Halloween, right? That's usually everyone's go-to.
Yeah.
I like Scream more.
I do
Yeah.
like Scream more because it's an actual person as a killer. Like don't get me wrong, I love all the slashers, like they're all my favorite, but it's scarier when it's a real person who
Right.
dies and then
Because you could
it's a
believe it could
copycat.
happen.
Right,
Mhm.
right. Where
Whereas a
Oh.
demon from
It-
hell is like,
or someone
Scream
from your
was so
dreams
good
can
and
kill
so
her.
influential in the horror
99
movie scene. It changed the way
96.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it changed the way movies were made for a very long time because everyone tried to strike that lightning in a bottle again with that formula.
Wasn't
High
at
school kids
at the time horror movies were kind of on down, like
they were.
Yeah.
on a downtrend. I guess
Yeah, and that kind of brought them back
It,
up.
it brought back like it brought back the slasher film, but it brought it back in the form of it's not a supernatural being. It can just
yeah,
be
it's
like
not Freddy.
yeah.
Right. It's could
Yeah.
be a
Yeah,
real
because then
person.
didn't I know
I know you did last summer,
come out
and then
after that?
every
Yeah.
single movie I tried to copy it. It changed the game. Like
It
every
did.
every movie tried to become like
I
a
remember it
whodunit.
was really big. Well, how
Yeah.
many sequels did it get? 5?
Well,
So-
4 and then the new one. Yeah,
A lot of
more.
horror movies at that point in time, that it all became then who's the real killer? Who's the real killer? Like it always, like every movie after that became
Yep.
everyone tried to do the who done it.
Yeah.
Like the mystery science, the mystery crime drama mixed with slasher horror, and everyone tried to recreate that. And
It didn't hurt the movie either that the male cast was actually kind of cute, like Skeeter Ulrich or
I mean,
how
the
do you
whole-
say his
Ulrich,
name?
yeah.
the whole
Yeah,
cast
he
itself was a
They
good
had-
looking
the
cast.
picture
Yeah.
on here, he is not cute.
Who?
Which one? Let me see.
Oh, I think he was cute. He's
that
Jughead's
his new
dad,
pic-
and
like,
yeah,
older?
Yeah, but he plays Jughead's dad in Riverdale, and I think
I
he's
just-
hot.
I think he's so hot now.
Still hot.
I
I think he aged
Still
very
doable.
well.
Oh,
That guy,
Skeeter Ulrich.
Skeet Ulrich,
that first picture is what came up.
Yes.
I don't think
is that
Yeah.
Bill?
Oh,
good
that-
looking. there.
especially when he has
Wow.
his
Really, yeah.
Southside Serpents jacket and stuff
Yeah.
on.
He
Yeah.
looks
Screw
bad
Jughead.
there.
That's what I want.
I mean, even for the girls, Nev Campbell, Drew Barrymore,
Campbell,
yeah.
um,
Campbell,
Courtney
that's
Cox.
some
Courtney
90s
Cox.
hair going on here. I dig it.
what's her name?
Bangs.
That gets her boobs stuck in the garage door.
Rose McGowan.
Rose McGowan.
I've never
Mhm.
seen it, so I can't. say.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It
I've
was-
never
wasn't my-
seen like half.
it
the
wasn't
horror
my
movies we
wheelhouse.
He
talk
doesn't really
about.
like her.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Why don't you like horror?
I don't know. I don't like when good guys are idiots and there's no hope and they don't win. And that is 90% all horror movies.
Yeah.
That's why I like Ash. Ash can fight back.
The-
And he wins.
I think
Well,
what makes
especially
Scream
he
good
wins.
is the whole time you're like, I mean, spoiler if you've never seen it, but there's two killers. There's
for a 30-year-old movie
there's
about
two killers, but the whole time you're like, oh, this guy has a supernatural element because he's in two places at one
yeah,
time.
but it's
And then you realize like this can actually legit
Like
like
Scooby-Doo
everything in this
kinda.
movie, this can
Yeah.
legit happen.
Mhm.
It's funny
Especially if
too,
there's two
like-
people working together and they're actually intelligent killers and they're
Yeah.
studying and how to
Mhm.
do this, it can easily happen and you can be two places at one time.
It's funny, like rewatching it over and over, and like after all the years, like then you see all the little things that you didn't really notice before, and you're like, oh, well, there it is. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Tony.
you're up.
Number one movie for me, all time, I will have to say probably Goodfellas.
okay.
I love Goodfellas. Once again,
Never seen it.
I love my Italian mob stories. I think it's a part of our American history that is very fascinating to me. Is how they changed a lot and how
Mhm.
they had such influences on things that were probably not good for people, but also became popular in the way our government handles things. But yeah, I love the movie Goodfellas. I think it has a really cool story. Spoiler alert: there's going to be a lot of Italian mob movies or movies of that nature.
You're probably gonna say one of my favorite Italian mob movies then.
Maybe,
later
maybe
on.
not. Because usually the one that everyone says is their favorite Italian mob movie. It's not even on my radar.
Okay.
I like the movie, but it's not one of my favorites.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll keep going.
Yeah.
I think Goodfellas is probably my favorite mob movie.
Yeah.
That
My
would
top
be
spot
second.
is really, really tight because I'm like, it can go any three directions for my
Mhm.
number one. But Nikolai.
Next,
I've never seen
So-
that.
The next one is going to be under the comedy category.
Okay, that's where I was going.
This one, if it's not my absolute favorite comedy overall, I'm not sure what is. Just because I've watched this film so many times. It's 5 Year Engagement.
I don't
I don't
that
know.
one.
So
think I know
this
that.
stars like Jason Segel, Emily Blunt, Chris Pratt is in it. The guy
I've heard
who
of it, but I've never seen it.
there's a ton of people in the cast. Even the guy who plays the lizard in Amazing Spider-Man. He's in it.
2012 film, The 5-Year Engagement, romance comedy.
never
Yeah.
seen it.
Oh, of course. Who wins?
I've never seen it.
I've never
Honestly,
seen either.
it's
No.
great. There's
So
so
is it
many
a romantic comedy then? I would imagine
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, there's
I like Jason Segel's Forgetting Sarah Marshall. That's what I.
That's a
That's
good one, too.
his. That's the one
I saw
like
that
from him.
once and I don't. Maybe I should rewatch it, but I didn't love it. It was just like meh.
it.
Next,
I don't know.
Anthony.
Star Lord and maybe
was that
Sue
it,
Storm?
Nikolai, or did you have something else to say?
No, I was gonna say this is actually the only time I've seen Chris Pratt before the Marvel stuff. Like
Oh,
I didn't
wow.
watch any of his shows or anything. So
Interesting.
him being in it, and I wish he would do more roles like that versus like the Jurassic Park type roles.
If you've
and
never
stuff.
seen him before that, did you see him in Take Me Home Tonight? That's another
No.
romantic
Oh, that was good.
comedy like set in the 80s.
Yeah, that was
And he
good.
plays like the douchebag fiance of the sister. That's
was
a
good.
great movie.
I did not, but I will have to check that one out.
Yeah, Take Me
Or
Home
the
Tonight.
Parks and Rec. He's basically an idiot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Parks and Rec is
I mean,
good.
he's
You'd probably
definitely
like
an
Take Me
idiot
Home
in
Tonight.
Yeah.
I think it's Johnny Karate though.
Yeah, like so there's this one scene where Jason Segel is like he's at one of the like he took over the restaurant for the night because their boss like cut their finger open, and he's like, all right, I need all hands on deck and everything. And Chris Pratt, being the idiot that he is in this movie with the writing and all that, he goes over to this carrot that is on the table and he sticks it in ranch. And he starts waving it around as if it's his dick. And he's like, I need everybody on my hands on my carrot wiener. And he just starts like waving it around, and like ranch is flying all over the place. And like Jason Segel's like, man, the face is the worst part, and it cracks me up every time. It's really funny though.
All right.
Sounds
Anthony.
I'm actually gonna go with a horror comedy
Hmm?
movie for one of my favorites, Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Good movie. I thought it would be in the same wheelhouse as Heidi's because usually when say horror comedy, usually one of the top ones people talk about is a scary movie.
Yeah, that's what
I
I
don't
thought you
love-
were going.
I don't
I was
love-
gonna say I don't care
Yeah.
for that.
Because that started a whole genre too. Everyone.
Yep.
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
Then start the
Yeah.
really awful
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
Disaster movie.
It was all right, but I don't
Superhero
love
movie.
Yeah, I don't really love the spoof movies.
No,
Yeah. Any what makes you pick Shaun of the Dead? Which I a great movie, by the way.
it is.
Yeah, it's really good.
I prefer Dawn of the Dead, actually.
Well,
I
that's
Just,
liked
just
it.
the
I liked
chemistry
the two
with the
English
actors,
guys
I'd
in it.
say.
one's
Yeah.
funny and one's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Like,
other-
they
didn't
had
do
great
another
chemistry in that
together?
movie.
Yeah. My favorite is they
do.
tell the entire movie in the first 13 seconds.
Mhm.
They literally they tell you exactly how the whole movie.
They tried redoing it with Adam Driver and Bill Murray in a zombie movie too, just this past year and a half ago or something. I cannot remember.
The Dead
what it
Don't
was.
Die.
The
I
Dead
wanna
Don't
say.
Die.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dead Don't Die or something like that. And I watched it. I had so much high hope for it, and I was like, this sucked. Like, totally sucked.
Hmm.
It's a better British UK horror zombie
Yes.
movie than 28 Days and
They were good in Hot Fuzz
27
too.
Days later. But
Yeah.
Mhm.
28 days and 28 weeks.
There's ain't there a
Honestly,
third one?
That was Cillian Murphy.
Yes, there's 3.
Yeah.
I think there's 28 months or something. I think
Yeah.
there's a third one.
There is a third
I
one.
don't remember.
yeah,
So
they were rough. Anthony, and Anthony just fucking smashed everyone's
Andy.
name together
Yeah.
there. Andy.
Okay, another movie from my childhood, Spaceballs.
Okay.
Okay.
That's one of my favorite. I watched it over and over because it's funny. I mean, it was Star Wars, but it was funny.
Now, if
Tons
you
of quotes.
if
I love
you
that.
are not a Star Wars fan, would you understand? the
Probably
jokes?
not. But it does make fun of others like sci-fi movies at the time. Like there's a thing to Alien and stuff like
Yeah.
that. and
I
Star
saw it when
Trek.
I was a kid, but I don't really remember.
But I don't
so for
remember
me-
much
I don't
of
think
it
you
either.
would get it though. 'cause
Yeah,
like
for-
Lord Helmet is Darth Vader, obviously.
Mm.
You gotta
and
comb
then,
you gotta
Yeah.
comb the sand.
We ain't found shit.
Yeah. For me, I didn't watch Star Wars until I was almost as an adult. Like,
Mhm.
I held off on all the Star Wars because once again, same with fantasy. A lot of sci-fi doesn't stick for me.
Yeah.
Even though Star Wars is both. I mean,
Yeah.
sci-fi and fantasy.
I watched
Yeah.
some of them like in middle school, high school, but I didn't love it.
I don't think I watched the Star Wars trilogy until we moved in this house.
Mm.
Because remember the one weekend I
Wow.
watched them. I was like,
Oh,
"All right, I'm
I've
gonna watch
seen
all
it
the
since a
Star Wars.
kid, so
I was that was always on as a kid. You watch Spaceballs, and then watch
That's-
Beetlejuice and Goonies
Beetlejuice.
and Star Wars.
Beetlejuice
and
is on-
Police Academy.
Goonies.
Yeah, Beetlejuice is on my
Police-
list.
Yeah, your television was almost the same as mine, minus Spaceballs.
Yeah, when them movies come on, I don't know. Space, I just loved it.
Yeah,
Dot Matrix, what's her name? Joan Rivers, and then what's John Candy's Worf, who's Chewbacca. So and then
Yeah.
they drive to Winnebago. It's a Mel Brooks movie. I mean, it's funny. I love it.
I've never actually
impressed.
seen it.
Really.
Yeah,
I
I've
don't,
never
if
seen
you
Spaceballs.
like Star Wars, and you like Mel Brooks, that
I mean,
type of
I
comedy.
must like it somewhat. Wearing a Chewbacca hoodie, so
Yeah.
I'm
It's
sure
basically just a
Spaceballs
movie
is
of
a.
Star Wars. That's all it
tangentially, and
is.
there's a Schwartz is the Force, and then he has it right by his dick, and he says,
We
"I
gotta
see
go
your Schwartz is as
ludicrous
big as
speed."
mine."
Maybe we gotta watch it as an adult. Maybe like as a kid, the jokes went over my head, and I was like, "What?" You know? Maybe. I don't know.
That's
Kelly.
great stuff.
Well, my shirt. So the rest of
I can see
my
is us. Oh,
I can't see her.
so-
Pretty hair's in the way.
yeah. So the
Oh,
Lost
yeah.
Boys. So the
a
next
good one.
couple picks for me will be it kind of rotates, but the Lost Boys right now is my second favorite. So that was always a movie that I quoted all the time too. Me and my other girlfriend in school, we loved it. We quoted it all the time. Just the music, the atmosphere in it. It's my favorite vampire movie.
that's like 87, 88.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Keith,
That's a
Yeah, I
really
see.
good
I
one.
didn't know.
Oh,
My
Keith
friend texted me that.
Sutherland. Yeah, Keith Sutherland
They
as
released them.
David. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
The mom played in something else too, but I can't remember what now for the life of me.
I can't remember. I
The,
just watched it.
Corey, the Hain,
Oh,
both of the
yeah.
Corys, Corey Hain, Corey Feldman.
1987.
Yeah,
I just watched it not too long.
they were so funny. The Frog Brothers
Mhm.
were, and then I just seen a TikTok the other day, and Lost Boys has like a big TikTok following too. I see so many people doing Lost Boys art and stuff. I love it.
very cool.
But the music even in it between People Are Strange, and then they do the jazz. The guy that does the saxophone scene. The I still believe.
What is up with that guy? He
I-
looks
I
like he's
love
a
it.
wrestler.
Oh my god, I loved it. He had like the tight purple pants,
Yeah.
the musket, and the chain around his neck, and he's banging on his
Yeah.
saxophone and he's singing, and everybody's in the crowd's into it. It's a good song. I mean, it's a good
It's
cheesy
like
80s song. I
comedy
love
horror. It's comedy horror, but I don't
it. Is
there-
that what they call it?
Does,
Oh, really?
does Lost Boys have a montage where they get a lot of stuff done in a short amount of time?
Mm,
Every movie in the 80s had.
I
it.
don't think
Not
that one
really.
probably does. I seen part of it back years
We
ago.
need to build all the tools to defeat
Yeah.
vampires. It's like push it to
Well,
the limit.
No, they get their house ready for the vampires in the end. Yeah.
Paint the
And then
house.
the
Even
very
Rocky
last,
gets
the
him
very
out.
last line, you gotta love the grandfather. He comes in and kind of saves the day and kills the big vampire guy, the one that was making the clan, and he he says, "It's the one thing about Santa Carla I never could stomach, all the damn vampires." And you just see
Yeah.
the fridge open, and then it closes, and then it all just goes dark.
Hmm.
He's looking for his Oreos and milk. Don't
Yeah.
touch my Oreos. Don't touch my milk.
She was in Practical Magic.
Practical Magic. She was the aunt. Yeah,
There's
that's
not really
right.
much else that sticks out.
So what is your pick, Heidi?
Wrong Turn.
Oh, that
The
was good.
original Wrong
Yes.
Turn.
Wow.
Very good.
That one shocks me.
I
When she told me that, I was like, what?
I don't know why. I literally just I couldn't pick, and then I went and I looked like all the movies on rotation that I just watched,
Mhm.
and it was on the top.
Would
That
be
was-
2003.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was very good. The guy who played the lead there, he was also in Ghost Ship. I liked him a lot,
He
and he
was
was in
in-
Dexter.
I think she's in
Dexter.
this movie because of one female actress.
Eliza Dushku.
Yeah, Elijah Dushku's in.
Well, the lead guy is pretty good too, but like
Yeah.
it's not even that. I don't know. I just like it's like one of my go tos, like
Yeah.
all the time. Like I'll just put it on.
It's
and I
it
just-
kind of gave me jump scares when it
like
first
it.
came out, and I didn't care for the like cannibalistic inbred
I like it.
people either.
I like it. The rest of them aren't as
like
good.
that. I
like-
didn't, it's not that I didn't care for it, but it kind of made my skin crawl. It was
Yeah.
it done exactly what a
That's
horror
why
movie should.
Yeah, I think that's why I like it because it's
Yeah.
so creepy. And but like 2 through 6 are just kind of like
Oh yeah, dumb.
Two
they
through
just
six.
get like worse.
That's always a good sign for a
Worse
horror
they
movie.
can go
like,
along.
Yeah.
cheesier. Like
they
the
do Wrong
makeup
Turn in
looks so
Space?
bad.
No.
They should have.
The makeup
Aw.
just gets worse.
It wasn't the 80s. It was
Yeah.
2000.
The new one
Still.
was good, but not as like continuous.
They make the
At 89, that was the drop off
Nope.
point for
Yeah.
going to space.
Jason X.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jason X. When
Jason X
that?
was good.
94.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jason X.
Oh, what?
Pretty good.
Somewhere on there.
Jason and Leprechaun both went to space in the 90s.
Oh, I thought it was
Yeah.
the 80s. But
No.
Bring
yeah,
that
I'm wrong.
back.
Yeah.
No,
Scream
I hate
in space.
I don't like space. I don't
That'd
like
be
I'm
awesome.
telling you.
A nightmare.
One of
in
my favorite
space.
movies, Cloverfield. Last
Ugh.
movie
space.
in
Ugh.
space. In
Could you do?
space.
I guess so. Big, but you don't see the monster.
Yeah. Well, you do at the very end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's-
They're
it's-
they're landing back on Earth,
I don't love
and when they're
space.
coming through
No.
the
Wait.
clouds.
Are you
Cool.
talking about
Usually
10
when-
Cloverfield Lane?
No, I'm talking about Cloverfield Paradox, the third one.
forgot what I
Oh,
was
the
gonna
third
I
say.
one.
don't think I saw the third one.
Yeah.
Usually like astronaut
If
movies.
you
I
didn't like
think
it,
those
if-
space cowboys.
if you didn't
and
like
stuff.
the other Cloverfields, don't even watch them.
Armageddon.
Armageddon is a shoot me.
That's like the only space movie I like.
That's not a space movie.
They go to
Armageddon
space.
is.
Armageddon's totally a space movie.
No, a space movie takes place in space.
They
It
go to
does.
They
space.
go through
Yeah.
space,
They
land
will
on an
not
asteroid.
actually
asteroid.
I would say it's
Full-
a space
fully
movie.
in space.
Oh, okay, well,
It's half in space. It's a space
It's-
movie.
They go to the moon and back. That's not.
they
in
go to an
space.
asteroid.
An asteroid,
And they
yeah.
blow
Star
it
Wars in
up.
space.
and then we
All
have that shitty Aerosmith song.
Oh, I love it.
If the movie
Oh,
starts
God.
and ends on Earth, it's
I
not a
love
space.
it.
movie.
Every
Kelly, I
time-
love it.
What if they go into space? in
Independence Day is not a space movie because it's all on Earth.
So that's yeah.
Right.
Aliens
it's,
attack.
Yeah.
Right.
It's an alien.
Yeah,
movie.
I
It's
can
an alien
understand that.
movie.
But
But Armageddon, they
Armageddon
go
is
to
a
We
space
have
space.
way too many people talking at once.
Sorry,
People are
we
gonna have a
got hype.
fucking stroke
got
listening
real
to this
hype.
car.
Fuck them. Not a space movie.
So I like Bill's idea. Space Jam in space.
They should do that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right.
Tony, what's
Next.
yours?
My pick is going to be The Breakfast Club.
Oh, good.
I
Oh, that's an
fucking-
awesome
That's a
pick.
good one.
Classic.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Not many men I think are gonna say that's one of their favorites. It's like a rom-com girly movie, but
Isn't it though?
I don't think it's
I
a
think-
rom
I
com.
think it falls
Honestly,
into
it's
that.
a
Five
fun
Year
movie,
Engagement,
to
which
be
I'm
honest.
sure is way worse. So
Yeah.
I actually have two movies that would make this list for me. They're like romantic movies that a lot of dudes wouldn't say it's on their list, but on
It's comedy drama.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, this was the Black Brat Pack, and it was like a
Yeah.
teenage, like,
1985.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But another one that
Before we were born.
an honorable mention that goes with
Wow.
Breakfast Club for me is 10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh, I love
Ooh,
that one.
That one.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good movie too.
Heath
But anyway,
Ledger,
Brie-
Julia Stiles.
That
But,
one's like a rom com.
yeah.
That's
Whatever
that one.
happened to Julia Stiles?
she was in
She's
Dexter, and
n-
then that was pretty much it. She
No,
was in
she's
The
not
Omen.
like a new show, isn't
She
she?
is. She was in one of the New Omen, and she was
Yeah.
also in
I think
Silver Linings Playbook. She
Right.
was a
Oh, I didn't see
supporting.
that. But she's in a new show, I think.
She was
Which-
big for a time.
Yeah,
Silver-
she put her ass into it.
Silver
Save the
Linings
Last
is
Dance.
yeah. Silver Linings Playbook is probably my favorite girly movie.
She was in a hip hop
saw
dance
that.
movie.
Oh, that's a
Save
good
the
one.
Last Dance.
Mhm.
I remember Breakfast Club would always be on TV. I'm like, I ain't watching that.
I fucking
Attention
love that
movie.
movie.
No, it's good.
It's
Amelia
Never
Estevez.
has
I still think that movie holds up today. I think if a kid
Yes.
goes to school and then comes home and watches that, he's like, oh shit, this has been a thing forever now. But people are cliquey in school and
Mhm.
yeah. And then if the kids actually the Breakfast Club gives kids an idea of what it's like after you graduate high school and you meet the same person who you hated in school in a bar, and you're like, oh yeah, you had a shitty childhood too. Like, and you were just kind of
Mhm.
casting out who you were as a person.
Yeah.
And you were influenced by your friends, and that's not your real personality.
parents.
Did you ever hear the theory on that it was all in the weird girl's head?
Yeah, I heard that.
Oh yeah,
I did
that's-
hear that, yeah.
yeah.
Like the Joker, the new movie. was-
Kinda, yeah.
Why was it called the Breakfast Club?
Because they had to do it a Saturday detention, so that was kind of like the moniker.
They were
so,
there for in the morning.
yeah, they had to
breakfast
go
Oh,
time.
Saturday
okay.
morning, and I guess it was just
Can you
like
ima- can you imagine Saturday detention?
I was
Never
supposed to
had
have one.
detention.
Oh, that'd be
That's fucking
horrible.
Never,
horrible.
me neither.
I was supposed to have a Saturday detention.
Really? Possible never had that.
Yeah,
Did you have a detention ever?
Yeah, not on Saturday though.
yeah. They
Did
they
you, and you
told
never
us,
did either. No, see, I
I
never
was
did.
good.
They all told us
Me
to
too.
come for a Saturday, and the guy who was our principal at the time, I guess, found out that weekend that he has narcolepsy, and he passed out at his
Oh,
desk and never let us
no.
into the school. So we stood there. We buzzed in, and
Yeah.
I guess they seen us on camera, and we just left. So we got credit for the detention
Mhm.
because we physically showed up, and they seen us all on the camera.
So that should be illegal making a detention on Saturday.
Yeah.
I get
Our-
like the
our
hour after
kids-
school.
Maybe
our
they don't
kids-
do it anymore.
I don't
Well,
think they do.
If
Yeah.
Saturday detention, this is just my my thought, but Saturday detention was for probably two reasons. One, you can maybe get another day out of a teacher to show up, or two, if your school had really bad disciplinary problems, that was like the ultimate way to be like, yo, if you had to come on a Saturday on your day
Yeah,
off
you don't
to
want
do
to
it,
do that.
you don't want to do it.
See, our school was weird because if you're the extreme discipline was in school suspension.
Yeah.
Well, you
we
know
had
what
that.
ISS was?
Mm.
Was just sitting in a room with your work. People
Yeah.
love that. Just go give me my
Most
work and then I'm
schools-
going.
Most
You
schools
know,
now don't even do after school detention. They just
Yeah.
make you do like a period or two in school.
Yep,
Really?
in
Yeah,
school.
because they don't want
Which
to
I feel
keep
like it's
anyone
dumb because
after.
they're taking you out of
Makes
class
sense.
where
Right.
you'd be learning something.
Correct.
Yep.
Correct.
Anyway,
Wow.
we went on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Breakfast Club is my pick. It's third round here, Nikolai.
All right, so
Dun,
this is my favorite disaster movie.
Ooh.
I will preface first by saying that it did come out in 2020, and I feel like it does not get the credit that it deserves. It's a movie called Greenland, and Gerard Butler stars in it.
I did
It's
Yep.
the overview of it is Gerard Butler's character gets this weird text. It's almost like a government text, almost like an Amber Alert. And he doesn't think anything of it, and then he gets a phone call from that same number, and he picks it up and he says, "You have been one of the selected families. You are on hold. You know, you're gonna get more information as this goes, so keep your phone ready." And they're having this party at their house with a bunch of like family and friends and stuff, and he comes back and like the TV in their house gets taken over and says, "You are invited to go almost like create this new world, like this bomb shelter kind of thing, because there are all these meteors coming to the earth and it's basically going to kill everybody, and only selected people that they feel are going to help further life afterwards." Like he worked as an architect in it, so his skill level was valuable to create this new line of people. And it's so intense, and it's such a crazy roller coaster for his family. And out of all the disaster movies, like, not to get like political or anything about anything, but like people say like, oh, we can change climate change and all that kind of stuff and global warming and all that stuff. But like something coming from space, it doesn't matter how, you are on Earth or whatever, it's going to come and it's probably going to kill you if, it's going to be. So like there's that real fear.
Unless we have giant lasers and blow them
Yeah.
up. Or we send Bruce Willis up there with.
What was it called?
Yeah.
Greenland or Grassland?
Greenland.
Greenland.
Okay,
Yeah.
Grassland is a different movie.
But I highly recommend Greenland.
I've never heard of it.
I
No,
bought it
I have-
three
I feel
I
like
put
I've
it-
seen it.
I put it on for
but
my
I
dad
didn't
one
watch
day.
it.
Yeah,
Was it like
and he really liked
2000
it.
a 2000s disaster movie with Gerard Butler? Yeah, I purposely ignored that one.
Yeah, Greenland. Okay, you got to type in movie.
Yeah, because that's the one
Yeah.
like Day After Tomorrow
Yeah.
and
I
Day
hate
After
this
Next.
Oh, I hate them.
That was a popular thing in our. There's a
Yeah.
PG-13 horror and
Yeah.
disaster movies were
Yes,
like the
when
big
we
thing.
were
Wow,
younger,
July
yeah.
29th, 2020.
2020.
Yeah, so I feel like it completely got overlooked.
It did.
Which is why I'm bringing
I
it up.
think it was one of those that was released right to HBO.
No.
It wasn't it. It
I-
was
I
out in
wanna
theaters,
say
and then
it
it was right to HBO because I remember putting it on for my dad.
Yeah, I want to say it was a limited release to the theaters. I ended up buying the Blu-ray when it came out.
Yeah.
But
great.
then I got mad because the code on the inside only worked for iTunes,
Did it?
so I then had to
Hmm.
buy for Vudu.
I think you told me about this before
Yeah.
because I remember hearing about it, but I
So it's on Vudu.
It is on
Yeah.
my Vudu if you want to
I'll
watch it.
check
yeah.
it out. All right, Anthony.
Well, I'm gonna go with another '90s movie. I don't know if everyone knows it, but
90s movies were so good.
Well,
Small
Um,
Soldiers.
not all.
Oh yes, yes,
Wow.
I do know that.
It's a
Okay, I
fantastic
don't
movie.
know this one.
I was
Small
not. I was not a
Soldiers,
small
yes.
soldiers kid. I didn't get into it.
don't think I
That's
know
the
it.
like G.I. Joe looking guys?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
I've never
Kind
seen
of.
it, so I can't say.
It was, they had a
I
very
barely remember, but I remember watching it.
very popular PlayStation game too.
I do have that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have it.
1998.
I think
Mhm.
I've seen it when I was younger, but I don't.
Yeah.
So.
So Anthony, you
So-
want to talk about the premise? a
Yeah,
bit?
tell us
It's-
what makes Small Soldiers your favorite.
So it's a toy company is trying to figure out new ways to get kids more involved with the toys. So they come up with two groups, the Commando Elite and the Gorgonites. And the one guy, he's an idiot, he sends for government like
The
army
processing
chips
chips.
to put in the toys so that they learn and actually can evolve around their environment. So it's basically like they made like an army version of Chucky for
Mhm.
these
Your
things.
toys would so essentially your
toys are
toys would
alive.
legit fight each other.
Yeah.
Right.
They got
Yeah.
a hell of a cast
So,
too. Tommy Lee
with the
Jones,
chips-
Phil Hartman, Dennis Leary.
Imagine going to sleep at night and your toys are like, it's fucking on, and they're like, well, they don't have real guns, so they'd be like just pretending like they
Yes,
think
but
they're
they
shooting.
fashion their own weapons.
They go
Oh,
into
like,
like the
They get nail
tools
guns and stuff.
Yeah.
How did your
Yeah.
house burn down? These fucking toys.
Yeah.
It's like fucking Bloods and Crips in my fucking toy room.
And like the one main character, he's like a troublemaker kid, and no one believes him like that these toys are actually doing like stealing the tools and making all these things. And when they actually see the toys doing it, they're like, oh, we should have believed our kid.
What is the scale of a small soldier like in reference to?
It's like G.I. Joe size.
Were they
Yeah.
G.I. Joe size or were they
Yeah.
bigger?
Maybe a little bit bigger than G.I. Joe.
So like what is that 5-inch?
Well, G.I. Joe was only like
Yes, they're about 3.5.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
believe 5.
But
Oh,
G.I.
then
Joe
they
was
were
only
probably
like
bigger.
that big.
Maybe
Okay,
like
so
Chucky
Barbie doll
size?
height.
No, not.
Oh, so they're Barbie doll
okay.
size.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's
But they
why
were
I thought
built.
G.I. Joe was,
Yeah.
Well, back in the day, the original GI Joes were the same size as Barbie dolls, so they were. Like,
Okay, that's what
12
I
inches?
thought.
Oh, the original. I always when I think G.I. Joe,
I think the little guys from the
little
80s.
ones.
yeah. Andy.
Oh, my turn.
Yeah.
All right, comedy movie, Anchorman, fantastic. One of the
Ooh,
best
that's a good
comedy
movie.
movies.
That was the best
Ever.
Will Ferrell. I
Yeah,
think.
so good.
See, I'm torn because
And I like 2, but I think I like 1 a little bit more than 2.
No.
when I
One
think
is
Will
the
Ferrell, I
best.
always go Step Brothers.
Yeah.
Step Brothers is
I
very good.
love.
Yeah.
I love Anchorman.
Yeah,
but
I
I
don't
love
love
Step
it.
Brothers.
I mean, there's so
Okay,
many.
Catalina wine
Yeah,
mixer.
there's
Yeah.
so many good quotes from Anchorman.
Yeah.
Sex Panther, you know.
Oh, he was excellent.
And here's the weather, Tits McGee. You know?
Go back to your home and
Yes.
Poor Island.
Yeah,
Part 2 is funny though too.
I'm in a glass case of emotion. And when he's speaking to Baxter, you know I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
You feel that right there and tell me that doesn't feel like a cock.
Yeah.
When he's blind and he's touching his
It's
leg.
Scotch. I like Scotch. We used to go around school and say that.
Yeah.
She's got to read the nose.
Yeah.
She's got to read. Oh, so good.
It's good.
I killed a man. You did.
Yeah.
You stabbed a man with a trident.
And
And
then
then lay low.
And of course, the fight scene. The fight scene was awesome.
Yeah.
The fight scene too, maybe a little bit better, but
Yeah.
you know, they're both good. They're both equally. I have the double box like steel book
Yeah.
with like his mustache you put up to your face.
Yeah. He actually.
Ron Burgundy.
I believe
yes,
Ron
Ron
Burgundy.
I don't know if he still does, but he had a podcast where he did an
Yeah.
entire podcast
Oh, yeah.
as Ron.
I
Ron
didn't
Burgundy.
listen to
Burgundy.
it,
That
but
probably was awesome.
I heard it could be too much, which I could
Yeah.
get that. But
I used
yeah.
to have a shirt that said, "I'm kind of a big deal."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
Yeah, go.
He'll read anything
Anything
on the
on the
Yeah.
monitor.
You know what?
My name is Ron Burgundy.
Yeah. You know it means a whale's vagina. No, I don't think it does, Ron.
What does that mean? Oh, that's an old wooden ship.
Yeah.
And they're like, not even close.
I have many books that smell like mahogany or whatever.
Yeah.
Leather bound books. So
Do
good.
you have an erection? Oh, it's an optical illusion with the pants.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take these back to the store right now. Already,
I also would like to go to the pants party.
Ari's curling.
Yeah.
Like, she comes in the room and he starts picking up.
Yeah.
He's like 1001,
Yeah.
1000. I don't know
And
if you
he's
heard
so
me.
flubby. Yeah.
I don't know if you heard me counting. I did over 1,000.
It's the first one too. It's like eat the shit, Ron Burgundy. That's an expanded edition.
Oh man.
So good.
Raymond, that is definitely very,
Yeah.
very, very, very high on my list.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say because I was waiting for someone's round 3 because I thought maybe that
What was
might
it?
make the list.
American Pie.
Oh yeah.
Never
Yeah.
seen it.
Once
The
they
unrated cut, not that crappy. theater cut.
once they have a wedding or no, once they have a reunion,
Yeah.
all like the
Isn't
National
there like
Lampoon.
6 of them?
There's
Yeah.
like a new one that's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's all like girls or something. It's like on Netflix.
Yeah, it's all they just pretty much take the name American Pie and they make
Yeah.
National Lampoon movies.
Yeah,
with
like the
them. It's not
Naked
the,
Mile.
yeah, it's not the original
uh,
cast.
Yeah.
It's good, but
Didn't the dad die?
Book of Love, I think, was one.
Yeah.
No,
With
No.
Lily.
I thought- no, he didn't.
no, he's in that new
Uh,
Schitt's Creek movie.
yeah.
Oh, I thought he
Yeah.
died.
I thought he did.
His wife's dad in the movie died. He was the guy. Oh shit! What the fuck? What else is he in? He was a comedian. White
What,
hair.
Eugene Levy?
No.
that was the dad.
The
know why
Jim's
I thought
dad. Jim's dad in the movie.
Jim's dad
Um,
is.
Yeah,
Love
he's
him.
not dead. His wife's dad that plays in the movie. He's dead.
I don't remember.
I'll find it right
I
now.
don't know.
It was a good movie, but it wasn't like.
That might be in the wedding.
That was so big in the mid 90s.
Yeah.
Oh, they were so
I
good.
was like, no.
I just love the story. Like the story just kept doing it for me.
It reminded me
Yeah, I
of
didn't
kids in
really
high
get
school I
into it
didn't
that
like.
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't want to
Yeah.
see
I
it.
think that's why I didn't love it.
So
It
were
was-
they
it's
the
alright,
ones that
but-
started the unrated
can-
cut?
Fred Willard. He
maybe.
played Harold Flannery. He played
Yeah, he died, right?
yeah,
Okay, that's what I was
he
thinking.
was his wife's in the movies.
He was an anchorman too. He was the station manager.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He played Allison, his wife, his dad.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about now.
Kelly.
So mine is a newer. This is one of the only newer ones you'll hear from me. Is Doctor Sleep. I really
good, yeah.
love
Oh, that's a
Doctor
good choice.
Sleep.
That is the prequel to
The
The Shining.
It's the sequel to it. So it ends it.
Oh yeah, because Danny's a kid.
Danny's
an
an
adult,
adult,
an adult.
and I
Yeah.
can't remember who plays him now. Is it
Ewan
Ewan
McGregor.
McGregor?
Yeah,
McGregor?
that one.
That-
Magneto.
Excellent.
2019 film.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Mm.
I never seen
Yeah.
it.
Never
Yeah,
even
so
heard of
Really
it.
new.
It's excellent, and it's
Oh,
all
I
about
watched
like it kind of dives deeper into Danny's like telepathy and his psychic abilities.
The Shining.
That in The Shining, yes,
Yeah.
and it shows him like as an adult, like how he shuts them out. He's actually kind of a drunk, but it's hard for him to shut them out,
Well,
seeing the ghosts and stuff.
It's crazy because one of the big things that Stephen King didn't like about the Shining movie with Jack Nicholson, he
Mhm.
goes, you never even like you can go the whole movie and not know what the Shining is.
Yeah.
They glaze over it so much
Yeah.
about how he's talking to his like you just think the little kid's crazy because he's
Mhm.
talking to his friend
Yeah.
and then the whole interaction between him and them like it's so glossed over
Yeah.
where they're telepathically
Yeah.
talking to each other where the whole idea of that is completely forgotten about and then it turns into a ghost movie.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
But this is an excellent prequel or an excellent sequel to it. It wraps Danny's character up very well. Kind of passes the torch to another young girl. They help. They actually get in trouble with this other group that's trying to suck the psychic ability and suck the lives from people who have a light. They say like the people who have a psychic ability have this light. Did you see it?
Mhm.
It's excellent.
There's
So,
a theory that Pennywise has the same light,
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
except he doesn't use his for good
No, he don't use his for good.
Well,
I
isn't
heard
all
that.
Stephen King's things connected in the
yeah.
tower.
in the Dark
Yeah.
Tower.
Also, Stephen
I
King is a
always
very
wanted to see
ugly
that.
man. I'm seeing a picture of him right now. Next to Ewan McGregor, who's a very good looking man.
Yeah.
So maybe that's
Oh,
why.
Stephen King made a cameo in it.
No, it's pictures of the movie.
He does make a cameo
Yeah.
in most
In
of his
the movies, he's a part of the production that he's like he makes an appearance.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
like Rose Red, he was the pizza boy.
Yeah.
Do you
I
remember
love
Rose
him in
Red?
Creep Show though.
Yeah,
With the
Creep
meteor
Show,
shit
that was the
all
best,
over him.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's another good pick. Mallrats.
Yeah.
Oh
well,
yeah, yeah.
Good.
Great,
Mhm.
great movie.
All them early. I was gonna say Jason Smith. Kevin Smith
Kevin-
Yeah.
movies.
my
are very
my favorite
good.
Kevin Smith movie is always going to be Clerks. I'm
Yeah,
always going to be a
Clerks.
Clerks guy.
Clerks,
But I love Mallrats.
Hot Dog?
Clerks
Actually,
too.
you know what? You know what I might like more than Clerks?
Chasing
Chasing
Amy.
I
Amy.
knew you were.
Yeah, Chasing Amy.
I just watched that for the first time.
I never seen that one.
Wow.
Yeah, she did. I was really
I
proud of
was
her.
triggered for most of it.
She hates what's his name in the movie.
LaForce,
Um,
Ben Affleck.
Brody.
no, his friend, LaForce. No,
LaForce is the mall guard with the
no.
old school
He
hat.
doesn't like the.
the fat guy.
No, the skinny guy who's always talking shit to Amy. He's like, "You're a fucking bitch. You're a fucking whore." Like,
No,
why are you?
yeah, he was annoying, but Ben Affleck was just I hated him in the
Yeah.
movie. I hated him.
Oh, I thought you didn't
I'm
like
so
the
mad.
friend because he
Mm-mm.
was very brash.
No,
Yeah.
it was Ben Affleck.
Sorry, we're just going through chat here. Kelly, you spoke of Haunting on Hill House earlier. Well,
Mhm.
that and Dr. Sleep were both my Mike Flanagan.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And
See,
some of
that's
the
why I liked
cast
it.
has
Yeah.
crossed over
Yeah.
between the show and the movie as well. And actually, speaking of
Haunting
Dr.
in Hill
Sleep,
House. Go ahead. Sorry,
the-
Nikolai.
No, it's okay. The girl that the torch gets passed down to actually was in one of the Zobi director boxes that we got.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think Dr. Sleep was excellent. It was the first excellent movie I've seen in a long
It
time.
was a
that I
little
do that
long, wasn't it?
Chef's Kiss. It was awesome.
Mhm.
It was about maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Oh.
Did they hint to the little girls law? Were they in it?
I don't think so.
Don't
Not
think
that I
so.
can remember. It's been a couple months. since
2
I've
hours,
seen it.
32 minutes.
Oh,
So the,
I thought it was long.
See,
Yeah.
for me,
play with us,
it-
Danny. Girls are
it-
not in
no.
the movie.
No,
That's-
for me,
I
it
don't
went
think
like
they are.
this because I was so interested.
No,
in
see,
it.
it felt long to me. I felt
I was so connected.
it was
to
good, but it just felt a little slow.
And then the Haunting of Hill
long.
House, what we were talking about there, but that's a TV series.
Yeah.
That was excellent.
It was really good.
It was
too.
really good.
so good.
Heidi.
Oh, Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
Is my next.
I knew she was gonna steal it on me. Pulp Fiction is
It's so good. Like
that can easily
I
be my number one too. I love that
yeah,
movie.
I just love how it
I-
just goes all over.
I got to
the
see
different
what was
stories.
re-released in the theaters. We
Oh,
went-
that's cool.
yeah, like
That's
I
cool.
love
years
that.
ago. Well, it was probably like 10 years ago.
I love seeing like older movies in theater.
Yeah,
It's so,
So
cool.
do I. I like seeing them in the drive-in. Sometimes
Ooh,
down at the Gratz
yeah.
Drive-in, they do like a Friday night flashback Friday night, and they'll do Jaws or Pulp Fiction.
Fun
or-
fact: you see a penis in that movie.
See, I
In
don't
which
remember.
movie?
it.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, Jaws. You see Jaws. penis.
You see
You
Bruce.
see Kevin Bacon's penis in Wild Things too.
Yeah, and you see Bruce Willis's penis.
Oh
in
yeah, you do.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
do.
you
Yeah,
do.
now
the
that
shower
you're
scene.
thinking about
the
it. Yeah.
blueberry pancakes.
Blueberry
Yeah.
pancakes.
I like. I know the rule. You're not allowed to say the word anymore. When he calls her an F and R word,
Yeah.
he's like, when she loses his watch, that fucking gets me every time. I lose every time. He's like, "Where's my watch?" And what does she say? Where
It's
is
in the
it? She
bag.
goes, "No." She goes, "Where is it?" He goes, "The blueberry pancakes." Not the blueberry pancakes.
I forget that part totally.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
no recollection.
Oh,
of that.
I love dialogue movies.
Yeah.
A good dialogue scene, I'll take over an action scene at some point. I don't know. I love good
And you're
conversation.
the opposite.
I don't
You
remember
like-
that at
you like
all.
Yeah.
action.
That's
Yeah.
where
I remember.
That's when they're on the run
shooting
and
the
they're
guy's head in the back. Of the
and
car.
she's watching. He
In
wakes
the
up.
hotel, yeah.
He wakes up to gunfire and stuff, and it triggers him. And he wakes up, and then he goes and gets a shower, and then he has to go back to his house to get his watch because she forgot it.
It was his
But
dad's
it's the
watch
dialogue that they.
that
For some-
Christopher Walken gave to
Yeah,
him.
Yeah, I know, I remember
sets,
that.
It sets up the Christopher Walken and
His
why this
watch.
watch is so important.
He
So when
stuck
he
up his ass.
yeah, so when this scene happens, he leaves the hotel to go back to the house to get his watch, and then it cuts to the Christopher Walken scene of telling why this watch is
Okay, I
important.
only remember that, and well, not that. I mean, Christopher Walken telling the story, and then
It's right before
John
Vincent
Travolta
Vega
and,
gets
and,
shot.
and
And then he goes back to the
Samuel
house
Jackson.
and he shoots him in the bathroom. He kills John Travolta in the next scene.
oh yeah, because
Yeah.
it bounces around. Maybe that's why
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Pulp Fiction, probably one of hands down my favorite movies of all
Yeah.
time. I knew she was gonna
Watch
fucking
it
say
all the time. It's so good.
fuck, now I gotta throw a curveball to myself here. All right, now I got it. Number 3. This
So
is
you
one-
Take a pass.
This is one that when I said sometimes when a new movie comes out, a lot of people don't pick a newer movie. I know you had one, and this is where I'm gonna put mine in. I fucking love Wolf on Wall Street.
Oh yeah,
I thought that was such a
It was
good
good.
movie.
so funny.
Once again, based on true events. It's actually stuff that actually went down, but it's pretty much a guy just
Who's the main guy in that?
Leonardo
Leonardo
DiCaprio.
DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Nikolai.
John
Yeah,
Bernthal, Punisher's in it.
Nikolai stunt double. John Bernthal is Johnny Boy.
Yeah,
Bernthal's he in it?
he's one of the guys. He's
Sure.
I'm gonna sell you. I'm gonna
Oh, send you this pen.
sell me this pen. He goes, write your fucking name.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a pen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like kind of like the
And
gangster douche.
Matthew McConaughey, right?
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey's in
Yeah,
it.
and Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill.
John
And Margot
Trotsky.
Robbie.
John-
John Trotsky
There.
was his stunt double.
Stump double in that.
Oh, that's cool.
Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah,
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie.
That's where
she
Margot
blew
Robbie
up.
like
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah,
she get you see her boobies.
That's
in
some
that.
watches.
she's hot. As a woman, I'll say she was hot. in
That's the
that.
one where she's
Jesus.
like, when she gets pissed at him because he keeps fucking up, and she goes, and she's like, and mommy's not gonna wear panties anymore.
Whoa.
And
Yeah.
then she like spreads her legs,
Yeah.
and he's like, see that teddy bear? That's a camera, so the security guard's just seen everything you got, and she gets all pissed off and beats the shit out of him. But yeah, fucking fantastic movie. The
fantastic.
Quaalude scene,
Oh, the Quaalude scene is hilarious.
hang up the fucking phone.
Where he's crawling out to his Lamborghini from the country. And he thinks he got home safe, and then in the morning when he's actually alert and knows what's going on, the Lamborghini
It's
or
just
whatever it
fucking
was,
trash.
Ferrari was
Yeah.
trash.
The cop's like, did you drive this? He goes, nope.
That is a great movie.
Or when like the FBI agent comes to his yacht and he's just like, and then he's like, we have ways that we can help do this. He goes, are you bribing a federal officer? And he goes, get the fuck off my boat. And that's when he realizes he can't buy this cop. And he's like, see this? He goes, have fun on the fucking subway, sweating your balls off. This right here, here's fun coupons. And he just starts throwing
Yeah.
them.
That's
the
that's
The
that
money?
meme now. The money.
Yeah.
Oh, I
The
didn't
money.
know what it. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's pretty much, he tried to bribe the cop.
In
to not-
wrestling, that I know they done the Meltzer stars.
Yeah.
They put Meltzer's face
Make,
over
make it
him and-
rain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
make it
so-
rain.
So yeah, that's so the cop that's essentially trying to bust
Coupon.
him. He tries to see if he could bribe him.
Oh,
When he
okay.
can't, he kicks him off his boat, and he's like, here's a fucking take a steak. He's throwing steak and
Yeah.
lobster at him. Yeah, I love that movie. What happened to my Honda?
Oh, I thought that was a movie. I was like, well, I've never heard of that movie.
Oh, the
they're
needle.
good.
Yeah, the needle in the chest for Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Uh,
Not to
Shawshank
Uma?
and-
Shawshank and Forrest Gump are both movies I feel compelled to watch every time they are on. I
both
100%
really good,
agree
yeah.
with Forrest Gump, not so much Shawshank, but I love Forrest Gump. If
Mhm.
that's on at any point in the movie, I have to finish it from that point. Like,
Really,
Yeah, I love that movie. Forrest Gump's one of my top ones.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I remember when that came out. That was all the
That
rage.
was real big.
It was huge.
That was really big.
What do you guys think of the new Batman coming out, Rob? I'm excited. I'm really pumped
Yeah.
for it.
The
I'm
trailer
excited
looks
too.
good.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
talked
I
about
can't really say much about.
we
it till
talked
you
about
see
that a
it.
little bit in the top of the show, but yeah,
We'll
I'm
have
super
to see.
pumped.
We'll have to see. I have to watch it because it's touchy for Catwoman for me. Because like I think I've said
Oh,
it before.
she's so-
Michelle Pfeiffer was
Pfeiffer.
my favorite Catwoman.
This new Catwoman is so sexy.
You know who sucked? What's her name in the third Batman movie?
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah,
I like Anne Hathaway.
She was.
She,
not-
she wasn't as bad as I thought. See, I
That
think
scene-
this new girl's gonna be.
And
less
she's a
than
good
Anne
actor.
Hathaway.
Yeah.
Actress.
That
and
scene
she's
where she starts
good-looking.
bawling her eyes out
and
and she gets
it's-
away from the cops. I was like, I love the way they did that with
See,
Catwoman.
I even forget that.
Mhm.
That's how.
And the way
impactful
she
it was for me.
moved, she did really good with the choreography, like getting in and out of the windows, because she
Mhm.
legit did that.
Yeah.
It looked
Oh.
good. I liked her as Catwoman.
I
Her suit sucked though.
Yeah, it
I,
did
see, I
suck.
thought the suit was okay. This new girl's suit, I
And
don't
there was
like
no-
it at all.
There was
but
no cat gimmicks at all.
yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
This,
when she put up her
Pfeiffer-
goggles, it made ears.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's pretty much it. This new girl, she's in the same boat as Batman, where they're kind of like they're not. So it's not like you're not going to get a Batman origin story,
Mhm.
but this is kind of like they're calling it like a year one Batman,
Yeah,
where he's
which
still.
is good. You don't need an origin story. We all know
No,
how it
we all
happens.
know, right?
We actually talked about that off podcast, so I'll kind of bring it up real quick. We always said there's two things in society that you don't need ever to be done ever again in
Yeah.
comic movies, and that's the origin of Batman and the origin of Spider-Man.
Yeah, you don't.
I'll
need-
take it. I'll take it
But-
every time though.
This new Spider-Man with no origin story has a weird thing to it now.
Which one?
This new Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Yeah, Tom Holland.
We know he got bit.
Oh, did they never have that?
No.
Nope.
Oh,
And there's no Oscorp. So where the fuck did he get bit by a spider?
that don't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
House.
But it's,
matter.
it's something
that
that could
was
be a
bad.
thing later. Because
Yeah.
now
No.
there's,
True.
there's fan theories that people, like they said, maybe he got bit by something that was made because now Oscorp doesn't exist and Stark does. Maybe And Stark's seen he got bit, so he's been following him his whole life to keep an eye on him. And another thing I said,
I don't like that one.
do you know what? Do you know why he has to have a new suit at the end of the movie?
Because he doesn't have a suit.
No, he has a suit. He
Why?
leaves. He leaves with the suit.
Yeah,
like,
because he ditches the Tony Stark one, right?
mhm,
Yeah.
and he has a brand new suit.
Yeah,
Do you know why?
because that's a Spider-Man suit.
Because he can't use the other suit anymore.
Why?
It was all powered by Jarvis, and Jarvis has AI detection to know who's wearing it,
Oh, okay.
and everyone forgot who he was, so he can't use that,
Oh,
that
that's a
tech
good thing.
anymore.
But Jarvis would say,
Huh.
"Who is this?" and he wouldn't know,
Yeah,
right?
so
So
the
it'd be
suit
like-
the suit wouldn't be operational
Oh,
for him.
okay.
So if someone, because that's what he made after the second Iron Man, where not anyone can just get in a suit, it has to be.
Yeah, which is good because I don't like when Spider-Man has more powers than.
Yeah.
Like,
So that's
too
what
much, you
that's where everyone's saying that that's why the suit didn't work, because no one
Oh.
Jarvis doesn't know who
well,
he
that
is.
makes sense.
I think
Yeah.
that's a cool theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, doesn't Jarvis not exist anymore?
Well, that's
Yeah, I
that
think it's
technology.
AI, right?
Whatever the AI is, a Batman that they still talk to inside the suit, like because even
Yeah.
Spider-Man was still
Jarvis became Vision, right?
yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Jarvis
like-
disappears.
Whatever the AI
But then
is,
he-
sure.
he had the girl one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the girl
Yeah.
one.
whatever her name is, yeah.
Oh, I can't-
Cortana.
I didn't even think about that. Though.
Pepper?
It's
I
not
don't know
Cortana.
what her name is.
It's not
I don't know who we're talking about.
No, it's a.
I enjoyed the
Pepper-
Catwoman in the
Pepper
new show
Potts was
Gotham.
his
Yeah,
love interest.
Yeah,
the new
she was
Gotham.
good on there.
I hated that show for a while, and then I got back into it.
Mhm.
The
Oh,
girl
Because
I
I got on
gotta-
the show. Is that
I
why?
stopped watching it, not on purpose, but just got
yeah.
busy right before Nikolai was in it. And I
Yeah.
keep meaning to go back so I could watch it and look for him. And I just haven't gone back to it yet.
Yeah,
I
Gotham.
watched
Was,
like 5 episodes. It wasn't bad.
it's not bad. I used to get so attached to like don't change my origin story, and then the
Mhm.
more I start reading comics, I'm like they even fucking change it
All the
every
time.
Then
Yeah.
that's why it doesn't bother me because I'm not really into comics.
That's why.
so I don't
That's why
really
I
care.
let that go. It used
Yeah.
to be a huge thing for me. Oh, this is not what the comics. I'm not watching
Yeah.
it. And then I like read comics. I'm like, oh, people just making
But
shit
when-
up as they go.
When they change it and it's really bad, it's like maybe you shouldn't.
Yeah. Well, they just be like, well, it's a different alternate universe. So that's every time I see any superhero movie, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
it's just a different
It's
universe.
just a different
I
universe.
just put that in my
But
brain.
they did kind of do that with the CW Flash, like
Mhm.
and the people from other shows were coming in that
Yeah.
weren't CW shows. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I
So
watched
all
some
the
of
other
that too, I
DC
never
shows that
watched it.
were created throughout
Yeah, I watched-
history
I
are
watched
just
pretty-
different worlds. That's
Mhm.
cool.
I watched a lot of Flash, and when DC Legends of Tomorrow came out, I watched a lot.
Why
and I
are the
watched,
girls always annoying?
And I watched Arrow.
Like, what was her name? Iris. She was fucking annoying.
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
she was
beginning. What I
annoying.
watched of it, I couldn't
Yep.
stand her.
Felicity Smoke was
And-
the
She
only
was
good
kind of a bitch.
Felicity was cool, but then who was the girl that was with Arrow?
one. Oh,
she was
becomes-
fucking annoying
becomes
the
too.
original,
Canary. Her.
the original Black Canary. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't
Oh,
like her.
She was
Laurel.
annoying. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, Laurel.
Laurel.
She was annoying. I don't know. The girl
Yeah,
probably.
I didn't like Arrow.
Felicity was cool. I liked Felicity.
Arrow to about season 4.
I don't
and
even
was
know how
like,
far we
"Ugh."
watched.
I got to season 2 or 3, and I was like, just you want him to be Batman, but
Season
you just
2
couldn't
was
call
really
him
good.
Batman. Yeah.
A lot of them CW shows fall off.
Yeah.
Do we want to do some like honorable mentions?
Well, we have one more time around, don't we?
Yeah.
No, it was 3.
Oh, I
it
thought
was
we were doing
3.
3.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
well,
3.
I'm more in the DC than Marvel. I am the same way too. I attach myself more to the DC universe than Marvel. I still appreciate Marvel, but I'm more of attached to the DC side. We'll do some quick honorable mentions. Give us one, Nikolai.
All right. Jurassic Park. It's always
Ooh,
been
that's
one
a good one.
that
That's one I
could
could watch
over
all
and
the time.
over. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And like
Oh,
it's
dinosaurs.
gotten to the point too where like if I hear a musical score downstairs or something, like if somebody else is watching it, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, you're watching Jurassic Park, right? And it's just like
I
to
just
that
picture you
level.
running downstairs like Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
That was one of the first movies where I'm like, oh, the music makes a difference.
As many
Yeah.
times as I've seen it, because my brother, like, I still love it. If it's on TV, I watch it.
When you hear that score, you're like, oh, that's
Yeah.
fucking Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
I liked it. I liked after part 2 though, when they got away from the animatronics and they used CGI. It
do you
wasn't as
mean?
good.
They did it for the first 3.
Did they? The same T-Rex?
Yeah.
I thought by
No.
part 2 and 3 it was a CGI T-Rex.
I mean, all of them had CG elements, but they still kept the puppets. It's the Jurassic World that eliminated puppets.
Is that the one with
Yeah.
Star Lord?
Yeah, yeah.
I seen that one. That one was okay.
I have to still see the new one, Dominion.
That's
thought
not
We
out.
started
not out
watching.
yet.
Oh,
It's not out
Dominion, the one where they're
Horrible
in the
name. for the
Lost
movie.
World.
Lost
This.
World. No.
No.
New
we
World.
just watched
Jurassic
it.
I
They-
fell asleep by
they
the
had a
time.
perfect
I
setup.
finished it. Yeah, I finished it.
Jurassic World Domination.
How about this?
Not Dominion.
Jurassic
Space.
Park.
No, too nice.
space.
No.
How about it?
No.
Dear God.
Aliens
How-
and dinosaurs.
How are the dinosaurs going to breathe?
A
Oh, power
biodome.
space. They're gonna have
You
little
put-
helmets.
They
You
have
put
bubble
helmets on
helmets.
them.
You're going to put
Yeah,
helmets on the
so at the end of
Brontosaurus.
True Lies,
how are
when
they gonna
Arnold
eat?
releases all the air and it makes a atmosphere, then they build Jurassic Park on that world because they're connected.
There it
True
is.
Lies. That's
Okay.
another excellent,
That's a good one.
excellent action.
Did I say
movie.
True Lies? I meant Total Recall.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anthony.
sorry.
But
I
they're
like
both
True
good.
Lies. Yeah.
Honorable mention.
Is that the one with Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yes, that's the one with Jamie Lee Curtis. I like
Groundhog
that one.
Day and Back to the Future are both.
Ooh,
honorable
Back to
mentions.
the
Back to the
Future.
Future.
Back to the
Those are good
Future
picks.
too. Favorite Back to the Future.
Part
Which
1.
one? Part 1.
Number 3.
Buddy.
I don't know.
I
Yeah, I gotta
I
agree with
kinda-
Nikolai, part 3.
Three's
Two.
awful. Two
I
is the
gotta
best.
rewatch them all. I don't know.
I'm
Yeah,
the 2.
I'm with
I'm a
Kelly.
2.
Three's awful.
I like 3. I like 3. But
I'm the
I
same.
like
There's
them
two.
all. I gotta
Most
rewatch
movies,
them. See, now-
threes
now-
are not good.
two if 2's on, I will sit and watch 2 all the way through. You know, like I will sit and
They were just on TV too.
yeah, I
that's all.
love the Back to the Future.
Episode of the movies that made us on Jurassic Park is both fantastic and fascinating. Yeah, I agree. Jurassic Park. Oh my god, I was obsessed with Jurassic Park. when it
Yeah.
first came out.
That's a good
Uh,
one. I could rewatch that.
I
one
remember
all
the
time.
game too.
What was your
I
pick,
took a
Anthony?
big pass on
Just-
that.
Spider-Man: No Way Home.
There it is. There's a new one on the
Oh.
list.
Everyone says it's really good.
It's fantastic.
It's a
It's
fanfare movie,
basically-
man.
A very fanfare movie.
I didn't even watch all the other ones. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
It did a
I
good
didn't
job.
watch I didn't watch any of the Tom Hollands, but I was so happy to go
I
and
saw the
see-
first Tobey Maguire and that was it.
Yeah, I was happy to see elements of the old ones come in. That's all I'll say.
Well, if you're into that, you're probably gonna like the new Doctor Strange movie because you're probably gonna get more of it
Yeah. I
Probably.
can't wait for the
with some of the
Doctor Strange.
rumors that have been going around.
So
New characters,
I seen
old
the toys
characters,
today.
characters playing
how
people
do they have
multiple
toys out for it
times.
if it's not even out yet?
Because they give the character designs to toys because it takes a while to make the toys, mass produce them, and get them ready
Do
in
they-
time to sell before the movie
To hype
or
it
the
up.
movie.
Yeah.
Because if
Yeah.
they wait, then the movie comes out. And
Yeah, I
they
thought that
miss
was
the
all like
boat.
kind of streamlined.
Anything interesting with the toys?
Miles.
Miles Morales.
Yeah, I was like, well, what's he doing there?
Really?
Yeah, he has two
Hmm.
outfits. He's a black and gold outfit.
Well,
I was
then-
like, and Shriek is
Then you
gonna be
would
in it?
think you would think he's in it then.
Unless
wait,
they just put him in the
maybe.
toy line.
Yeah,
It was
Doc-
Doctor Strange and Spider-Man and then Clea, and they make some.
Oh, are you
monster
talking about the
guy.
Hasbro figures, Andy?
the Marvel ones in the black packages? I just
The
seen the Walmart. tag
Marvel
on the case.
Legends.
Yes,
The Miles Morales is just from the PS4 game.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
believe.
They're just Legends toys.
Okay,
They're,
but there's
they're not-
another. But there's Doctor Strange for the movie and Spider-Man for the movie.
Yeah,
I know
it's
sometimes they do
mostly
that.
the movie for Spider-Man. They did like I think 1 or 2 comic book ones, and then 1 video game one.
Oh, okay, it must have been Shriek.
Yeah, there's
Shriek and
no.
then- I
There's
thought
no.
they were all for the movie.
Yeah, there's no spoilers for toys yet.
There was for the Shumagorath, but it's like some other monster,
Mhm.
and the Legos for it.
Yeah, I just looked it up here. It looks like they're releasing them all part of a series,
Mhm.
but if you have to read the box to say like this is Doctor Strange and certain, and then these are just like
okay.
other.
Yeah, I know
Marvel
sometimes they do
legends.
that.
Yeah.
They'll be like, "Here's random characters and Iron Man from Iron Man 3."
Yeah. Rumor are you're probably gonna get both Spider-Mans back. There's rumors that someone else is gonna play Iron Man.
We don't need that. We don't need more than one white Spider-Man. Give us Miles
Well, they're
or
supposed,
Gwen or Spider-Ham.
yeah. Supposedly they're both two are coming back. That's a rumor. Someone else is playing Iron Man. We're getting a new Tony Stark.
I don't see.
I
that.
don't like that idea. I've heard
I
that
think as
one,
long
and
as
I
what's his
almost
name is
puked. I
alive,
was like, oh
They'll be
god.
like, he'll come back. 'Cause
It's a different dimension. It's a different element. It's a different
yeah, but
dimension
he's
now.
too old. I just can't.
Saying that's what the rumor is.
oh, he's different world, different Earth.
yeah,
it's
different.
I could see that,
supposed
but
to be
like,
Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
Come
Tom
on.
Cruise.
Yeah, that's the
Oh.
rumor.
no, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
You're
Listen,
supposed
there's
to
gonna
be
be a lot
getting-
of running at least.
I don't like
Yeah,
it.
and I'm
supposed
not even hyped up for the new Top Gun movie.
Keep
don't
Tom
like Tom
Cruise far
Cruise.
away from the Marvel.
We're supposed to be getting Chris Evans as Human Torch and also as
Yeah, but he
Captain
doesn't want
America.
to. But
Doesn't
if he
make
doesn't want to come
No,
back,
it does
then
not make any
they
sense.
said
doubles that out.
they've been already on set. Like this is pretty much done because the movie comes out in a couple months.
well, I thought they said he wasn't coming back.
Yeah, that's what they said. But
But they
Yeah,
said
Never
and
leave a
then
lie all
he
the
got
time.
paid an extra
Mike.
amount of money and was
Yes.
like, oh, all right.
then you go and make Doctor Doolittle, and you're like,
and the bombs.
is Iron Man still available?
yeah.
Yeah.
I heard you're talking to Tom Cruise.
Just think, Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. have done nothing since the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Nothing of value.
Uh,
Everything they've done.
so yeah,
Chris Hemsworth's like, I'll keep making them.
there's another
Yeah.
another rumor that too. Supposedly you might see Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Oh, I like.
I heard Norman Reedus is taking the Ghost Rider.
That's
I'm-
fan
Oh.
that's fan wanting.
I'd be
People
fine.
want
No,
those.
I've heard. Wasn't there something on release that they're really looking at him?
I just think
I'd
it's,
say I think Norman would be good, and I also think Charlie Human would be good.
yeah,
I would take unknown young
Yeah.
guy.
Charlie is about unknown now too. He's only done indie films really.
I know William
since-
Dafoe came out and said he would love to play the Joker.
He should.
Yes, he should.
Yeah, he should.
They
What?
remapped his entire face to be the video game Joker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe a
Just
bit
doing
old
nothing.
though.
What else we got here? Sam
would-
Raimi, it's in the Spider-Man connection. Yep, Sam Raimi good there. Groundhog's Day is always a fun one to on how he spent the day learning how to ice sculpt. And yep, Groundhog Day is hilarious.
I like Groundhog Day.
And Groundhog's Day is
Do you have a-
tomorrow.
I'm on the only one hyped for the
Honorable
new
mention,
Top
yes.
Gun because of John Hamm, and then malicious. But beer reviews says cheers.
Cheers.
I was gonna say Avengers. That's my honorable mention because that was the first time that all the heroes were together. I was like, this is awesome. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they got bigger and better, but
Mhm.
the Avengers was the first time. I was like, whoa! It's like this movie is so good.
Kelly.
Kelly.
I'm gonna put a few out there, and I'm not
I
gonna
got a
explain
couple, too.
everything. Yeah, so Practical Magic is like my favorite romantic comedy,
Never heard.
or slash it's Sandra
I
Bullock
just
and
watched
Nicole
it this
Kidman,
year. Or
and that's like one of my favorite witchy movies too.
it's good.
Yeah, it's
I'm not
good.
a huge Nicole Kidman fan though.
I like her. She would be more the witch I am, not Sandy Bullock. But Legend with Tom Cruise, when it was like the old 80s Legend with the unicorns and the devil. And yeah, it was a total light and shadow. That was probably one I shouldn't have watched as a little kid with Tim Curry as the devil
Yeah.
or the
Okay.
demon.
With the overly large horns.
Yeah, I loved it though. And,
Oh, man,
I-
I don't know. It sounds familiar.
and the Swamp Witch, I loved it.
I don't like Tom Cruise.
So that was another fantasy film. And what was the Boondock Saints? I just watched
Oh,
it.
that's a good one.
Just watched it on Saturday, and I thought, oh man, I forgot how much I really love this movie.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's very
Um,
funny. Norman Reedus in it.
I have a couple. Dawn of the Dead, the new one. The original's good. The original's really good,
Mhm.
but I really like the
Get
new
out of
one.
my house.
Speed. I don't know why. I just
Hey,
love it.
If you like it, you like
Love Keanu young Keanu is just great. I love it.
Mhm.
I love that movie. I can watch it all the time. And Blade.
it.
Blade. Wow.
Yes. I don't
very-
know why.
I haven't seen Blade. I want
Oh,
to
I
The
don't know
original,
why,
the,
'cause I have
the
a
very
crush
first
on-
Blade.
I did too, but I used to watch it my parents used to get together with like my aunt and uncle, and they would play cards like every weekend, and
Mhm.
I would watch Blade
Blade.
every weekend.
I want to
That was-
rewatch it because I
that
haven't
was-
seen it in
I
years.
just showed her the
don't
new
know
movie
why.
with Wesley Snipes in it with Kevin Hart, where he plays Kevin Hart's brother. It's supposed to be like a true story of
Oh.
Kevin Hart and his brother.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
and Wesley, and she's like, he didn't age good at
He
all.
didn't.
Oh, really?
She
Was
did.
it
Jail did not do well. for him.
New,
Uh,
new Blade coming soon. It's the guy that was the bad guy in the first season, Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Cottonmouth.
My honorable mentions. Fuck, this is tough. Oh,
Just
shit.
mention any movie you like.
Yeah, but there's so many that she said
Well,
that
what was the mob movie that you didn't think anybody else would
Oh,
guess or whatever?
a lot of people think Godfather when
Oh,
when I
no.
say Godfather. I love Godfather. They're great movies, but I always lean more towards Donnie Brasco.
Mhm.
I love Donnie Brasco, and obviously Casino. Is
I was
really-
just gonna say
Casino.
Casino's mine.
I like Casino, but for me, because Casino and Goodfellas are almost the same cast, I
Mhm.
always lean more towards Brasco because it's two different. It's like a little
Yeah.
bit of a change of people. I thought Donnie Brasco was fantastic. Another honorable mention for me, I said earlier, is probably me chasing me, Amy or Mallrats or one of the Kevin Smith movies. I love those a lot. And then you said earlier, Anchorman. So Anchorman, Old School, and all those Will Ferrell movies all fall in the same. I love
Dodgeball.
Will Ferrell's hit or miss for
I
him.
love Will Ferrell. I love his
What's the
serious movie he
basketball
did.
one?
Oh, Old School.
No, the
No,
basketball,
basketball
one.
one.
It was
Semi-pro.
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 Well,
Yeah.
what about Blades of Glory, the ice skate?
That was
one?
good.
That
It
was
was
I like
okay.
that
It
one.
wasn't my favorite, but it was
No.
all right. I like his serious movie he did, where he played like the guy who
Yeah,
got kicked
that
out of his
was
house.
Fucking sad.
Yeah,
Really
He
sad.
did a really good job with it. You know what? All right, I'll give you a car movie.
A what?
A car movie.
Go ahead.
With an actor
Car.
I don't like, but I remember watch. I must watch the
Go.
movie 1,000 times.
What is
Cannonball
it?
Run.
Gone in 60 Seconds.
Oh,
Huh.
that's
I
the
don't
one
think I
I
ever
can't.
saw
I
it.
can't do.
Isn't Wonder
Like-
Woman in that?
Angelina
That's Angelina
Jolie.
Jolie.
Oh.
Please,
I
and
never
and
saw
she
it.
has like the dreadlocks in it.
She's
Oh.
hot. She's hot.
So everybody usually likes that movie for Eleanor. Is that why you liked it, or you
no,
don't?
I just thought it was very. I thought
You
the
just thought it
cool,
was
like the
good.
heist part of it, where they had to get the cars, and I thought it was done very
the
well.
the Mustang in it. They call her Eleanor, and everybody loves Eleanor. Like that's everybody's dream Mustang in it. So
Oh, I thought Eleanor was a hot chick in it.
Yeah,
No.
so do I.
Eleanor was my
Best-
grandmother's
Be-
name.
oh, Sam, best racing movie is Rush.
Rush, yes,
it
Rush.
is
Wait,
not.
that- what do you think?
Days of Thunder.
Oh,
I thought you were gonna say
God.
Talladega
Oh,
Nights.
God.
Or Talladega Nights. Talladega Nights is up there. Well, Talladega Nights is a spoof
I
of.
never.
If you
saw
ain't first,
Days of
you're
Thunder.
last, baby.
So Talladega Nights is
Talladega
pretty
Nights
much a
is really
scary
good.
movie version of.
Scary movie.
So have,
Oh,
Oh,
Spoof
I
movie.
thought you
It's
meant
a spoof.
scary.
It's a spoof.
literal
it's,
scary.
it's the spoof
Yeah.
of Days of Thunder.
Oh.
I've never
Yeah.
seen that.
See, I like Rush. I'm the same with Sam. I like Rush because Rush is about Formula One, and I actually like Formula One better than I like NASCAR. So Formula One guys like Nikki, that follows Nikki Lauda and James Hunt. Sam, am I right? Question me or make sure I'm right on that. James Hunt was like the ladies' man and the wild man, and then Nikki Lauda was actually the smart guy and could actually really race. But
Mm.
it was their like egos between both of them.
Bill said my favorite car heist movie is Baby Driver. I've never seen that
Oh,
one.
Baby Driver was excellent, absolutely excellent.
Another
Thelma
good
and
car,
Louise.
another good heist movie that has cars in it. The Italian Job.
Yeah, there's another one too
Video
that
game.
they it was Channing Tatum in it and Adam Driver was in it. Logan Lucky
Okay.
was excellent too, where they heist the money
I
out of
saw
the
that, yeah.
soda machines or something in the NASCAR race, and they come home with a couple $1 million, and they're like these little, they're not
Oh.
little, they're like redneck West Virginia boys, you know.
Yeah.
Love it.
Well, if you're on the chat, I just recently put a link in there. You scroll up a little bit, you'll see it. That is for our Patreon. So we have a Patreon that's going on. It ranges from $1 to $25, or set your own price. Anyone over $10 will be in the runnings for a T-shirt every month. If you win 1 month, you have to take a month off. You can't win 2 months in a row. And anyone who donates from now to the end of this month, I'm gonna fucking kill this beer glass by the end of the show. Anyone who donates from now to the end of this month, we draw the winner for the Bangin' Beers koozie. We filled it with a bunch of brewery stickers, shows for stickers that we have currently. There's no Knock Hole High School, unfortunately, because we never really ordered any of the new stickers. But if we get them from now to the end of the month, we'll throw them in there. There's some Truth Behind Illusion pins. There's magnets from Bangin' Beers, Knock Hole High. I'm sorry. Interviews with Everyday People, some stickers of that in there. So there's a little bit of everything, and that goes off now. But we want to thank Ryan Vox, David S., Brett Squared, Bridget M., Andrew H., Greg R., Heidi B., Ryan G. from the Fuel by Haas podcast, Kelly from Crystal Mountain Healing, Tommy B., Tree of Life Metaphysical, Brad Z., Hireth in Other Words podcast, and JH. So thank you all so much for your support. It helps us more than you know. I was telling before the show started, I just cast out our Teespring. And the new Bang and Beer shirts did really, really well. But anyone that wants to go to the Teespring and order anything, it is available. I will put in the chat right now our link tree. So if anybody after the show is over, if you want to check it out, this is our link tree that'll take you to all of our social medias as well as our network, our website for the IWEP network, where you can see all the everything that's available there. Also, if you scroll very down to the bottom of that link tree, you're going to see our brand new link for Cabana Entertainment, which I'm sure you'll get a plug later, as well as our full list of sponsors. If you're a baller and you like and you want to check out our equipment list, then you can literally order one on Amazon and send it to us like we're an e-girl. That's like a thing that girls put like, buy me things.
Oh, like a wish list.
Yeah, so you can go on there and you can be our sugar
They're
daddies
like
or
gamer
mamas.
girls that are like, hi, and then they get all dressed up. I've seen that on TikTok too, where they're like out everywhere
Yeah.
and they have their little cat earphones. It's
Yeah.
like, hi, you want to play a game with me?
Oh, them dudes eat that up.
Yeah.
They,
Girls sold farts in jars. It was great.
Oh, it's crazy.
You can sign up to be a guest towards the top. You can leave a donation, or there's a review link for Apple Podcasts as well as a review link for our website. Any new reviews will be read on the show, so anything is helpful. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to go around the table real quick and get everybody else's plugs in, but I'm going to put one more link in there. If you're watching this on Facebook or on Twitch or YouTube, head over to this link. It is our YouTube page. We're trying to get that. Our goal by the end of the year is 1,000 subscribers. If we get around 400 or 200, we're able to do like a almost like a Facebook news feed in there where we can plug other shows and stuff like that. I'm gonna be honest. I'm hanging on by a thread on Facebook. I'm truly like, I know that's where
You just want to get off.
most of the people like really follow us on Facebook, and it's great. And the community pages are there, but like the way Facebook limits how much people actually see your stuff unless you pay them is disgusting. And once you're subscribed to
It's a
YouTube,
business. Yeah.
it's I know, but there's other platforms that you can. It's just really shitty as a content creator to be a part of Facebook, and then you get really frustrated. I seen a post that Nikolai posted literally like a week ago. Finally showed up in my newsfeed
Yep.
today.
Yeah, I've something
Yeah,
like that
it's
too.
crazy.
There
Well,
a few days later.
TikTok's going the same way.
Really?
It's going the same way. Like I
Yeah,
have,
I've seen some of yours from like before Christmas.
Yeah.
It showed up on mine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's just weird the way they do it.
But yeah, so definitely follow us on like Instagram, Twitter, and
TikTok.
on TikTok, or also YouTube, because
Out.
usually if Facebook just gives you a strike for something you don't even do, they can just turn your shit off. So it is good to follow us on other platforms.
Yeah, I seen some of my stuff got partially muted because it was the copyright, the music.
Oh,
to it, 'cause
yeah,
it was TikTok music. You know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it was music from The Crow. So
Another
another one of my favorite movies.
Nikolai, what do you got to plug?
So since we talked about Cabana Entertainment, I know outside of the podcast and stuff, we've kind of been talking about the possibilities of collaborations of things like doing the video game streaming type stuff, or like what I know we talked about doing. I don't know what the exact title would be, but like we talked about doing something like called like Fortnite favorites, where like we look at clips, whether we do them or people send them in, and we kind of like pause it in the middle and try to figure out what's going to happen next in the video. And I think that'd be a lot of fun. I mean, it doesn't have to necessarily just be Fortnite. It
What
could
happens
be-
next? Oh, does Nikolai A sabotage the entire team by trying to kill us?
Does Nikolai throw fireflies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nikolai
maybe
waits
we-
till you run into a house and go up to the top and then lights the bottom stores on fire. And then you die. And he's like,
So we could. I
What do you
did. I
get
didn't.
for going upstairs.
I did not pitch this yet. But maybe if we do live ones at different points, I can let the audience decide how I mess with you guys. So if
Yeah.
they're just like randomly, you need to throw a firefly at your teammate.
Now, can
Okay.
you show the video game footage? Or
Yeah.
No? Oh,
Yeah, we can show the footage. Yeah,
we do go live every now and then on for
usually
this
4 in the
event.
morning.
Yeah, usually like, so if we were to end this show now, we'd probably be streaming in around like 12. But yeah, so definitely check that out. The links also, that's all very, very helpful. To follow us on these platforms, because we do go live. We do go live on these platforms. So we just don't make it like a numbered episode.
Mhm.
But Anthony, what do you got? Or do you have anything else, Nikolai?
No, not for plugs.
Okay. What do you got, sick boy?
I'm gonna just talk about my YouTube channel.
All right.
I haven't been putting a lot of stuff out lately, but it's because I was
'Cause he's
sick.
dying.
But
yeah,
I do want to make some videos in Pokemon Legends of Arceus. So if you want to see that, go to my YouTube channel and let me know.
Yeah, I've been playing it. It's a lot of fun. I'm having a really good time with it. Andy.
I was thinking the whole time I have no plugs because we're gonna plug the show and you plug the network.
I plugged that show. I just plugged the network.
Well, we're on the show. So if you listen to, why would you plug the show that we're listening
Like
to?
Truth Behind the
Because-
Illusion.
Yeah,
You're on
Yeah.
2 other ones.
yeah. I mean, a lot. But like if I'm listening to some podcast and it's like, hey, listen to our sports podcast, but no, fuck you.
But
So,
what if someone is into sports and like, oh, I really like this guy. I want to hear him talk about sports.
Well, then good for them, I guess.
He would be great on a sports because he's gonna be that asshole that's like, fuck that. That's dumb.
You know?
Baseball's
Yeah.
dumb. Basketball's dumb.
Baseball's boring. Basketball.
Well, I'm not going to.
basketball's a little
I
more
won't say
exciting.
f you to the listener. If you like professional wrestling,
Yeah.
you should check Andy out.
If
Where
you do, Tornado Tag Podcast. There you go.
There it
Every
is.
Thursday. So
There-
listen
Does
to
it
that.
come with a Slim Jim? If we
Yeah,
listen?
it
does
It
not.
does.
So tonight we did go live at 8:00. We will be going live this Thursday 8:00 too. I'm not going to go into detail of where I'm working or what, but I did get a new job. I'm very, very excited for it. Where's the applause thing? Is this? That's
No.
definitely not it.
I like that though.
Oh God!
What's
Wow.
Just kill
Can you hear
all
my sound bar?
the- Yeah, applause. There it
Yeah.
is.
There we go.
Applause. I just hit like 14 buttons. But yeah, I did get a job. Very, very excited. But the way the job goes, I won't be home till a little later at night. I want to come home and eat and change clothes and whatever I got to do. So yeah, we're gonna be starting the shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8:00 at night now, because the way just so I have a little bit. of time.
I think if most people listen, it's the next day anyway. So it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
So if you enjoy watching live, it's gonna
Yeah.
be pushed back a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah. We didn't announce that, so I just figured I'd tell you now. Because if you're watching live, you're our demographic. So yeah. So Kelly, what do you got to plug?
I'll plug Truth Behind the Illusion next Tuesday. We're doing Twin Flame versus Soulmate, and then Andy has a little segment for Black History Month. So that'll be next Tuesday at 8:00. I also am doing from Crystal Mountain Healing, my Reiki business. I'm doing R&R appointments, which is about 45 minutes to an hour of Reiki, and then about a 15 to 20-minute tarot card reading. So Reiki and readings are
Hmm.
appointments.
There you go.
That's cool.
Right.
Reading
they're-
Railroad.
Yeah.
They are distance sessions, and they cost about $30. So
There you go.
that's my plug.
And if you want a possible free reading, just a 1-card reading,
Yes, tune in to Truth Behind the Illusion.
we end every episode now where we pick cards from the people who are watching and we do little readings.
Mhm.
And then and then she'll tell you what the card means, and then I'll tell you if you're gonna die or not.
You flip a coin for that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Like
It's-
There's
Two-Face.
one podcast I should go through, and we should pick the tarot cards and let you guys try and read them off the top,
I've
just by the imagery and what comes to your
I've
head.
done a full tarot card reading, and I'm
And-
pretty good at it.
and do just even if it's an asshole saying like just the story. That's how you kind of learn.
I bet
You
it's a
flop 3 cards.
Guy
and
with
you
a
pick
sword.
story.
He's gonna stab you.
Yeah,
Oh, I
see,
had-
that-
I
I
had-
think that would be funny.
I had an app that would tell me what the card meant, and then like the way I read cards, like I'm not predicting your future, but
Mhm.
does this apply to you?
Yeah.
And they'll be like, well, yeah, and I'm like, well, then this is what this is probably telling
Oh,
you.
it's
is-
like a guide.
yeah, so I would pretty much give you advice based on what the card is, and if it applies to you, then I tell you if it was
Mm-hmm.
probably good or bad.
Mhm.
I was not terrible at reading cards, according to Tori and a few other people who listened. So yeah, I'll let you know. I'm on the up and up on this.
On the up and up.
So,
Heidi,
Heidi,
I'm gonna plug my friend Nikki's shop, Persephone Eclectic. She
What-
has a Facebook page.
it is in our
and
links
an
for our
Etsy.
sponsors as well.
Oh yes, and it's in our
Yes.
links. And she made some really cool, like Valentine's Day type of stuff. Like
did she do
Heart.
the embolic stuff too? The embolic stuff, the Bridget's crosses, which today is in bulk.
don't know.
And I forgot to plug
her
that.
sister
but-
has a shop
Possibly.
too, so maybe she
Yeah.
did it. But,
yeah, she
but
did the
she
St.
made some
Bridget's
really
crosses
cool
and the
like
corn
heart.
dollies.
What's it called? Like a anatomically correct heart.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It's
Like
not. It's not
stuff.
the cartoon heart. It's
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
actual
Which-
valves and stuff.
Fun fact: the cartoon heart is actually designed off of 2 hearts put together.
Mhm.
Like the
Really?
heart is not actually
But-
shaped like this.
No,
No, but
It's
like,
real
even
hearts.
real hearts shaped like that wouldn't look like a cartoon heart.
If you
No,
put
but
if you put 2
them
hearts
together.
yeah, if you put 2 hearts
Like a heart
together.
or
But,
heart
but you would
like
have
this.
the
Because
valves and stuff.
yeah, you would have.
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
but
But
the
like,
basic shape would
the
still be
basic
like
shape,
the
yeah.
like the I don't want to say
Ain't no
fatter, but the
feeling in your
larger
heart,
parts of
baby.
the- and the-
All right.
Yeah.
Ain't no feeling in the heart. That's all.
That's
That's
what I
yeah,
got.
you're stone cold over
That's
there.
what I got.
it's all in your brain.
It's all in your butt.
If so, how many people have you dated that were brain dead? None, right?
Well, how did we get here? No,
Right?
wait, how did we get here?
Let's put that out there.
I don't know what like. How did we get here?
Heart.
I don't know.
Hearts.
Hearts.
Anyway.
Go to brain
Speaking
dead.
of cartoon hearts and crafts, you made some
Yeah.
fucking.
I like that reaction.
Oh my god.
Anyway, move
She
on.
made some awesome
No,
horror
she made-
horror movie inspired Valentine's Day
And,
stuff.
and no one claimed any, so there's still a few if you're interested. They're really cool. It's like it looks like it's a white heart, and it
Yeah.
says "Be Mine," and
It
there's
looks like
blood
there's blood
splatter all
splatter
over
on
it.
Yeah,
it.
it's
Yeah, it's cool.
So Jesus Christmas, honey. Can't stand you. You're the worst. Plug your shit.
I am shaking my head.
Anyway.
We're gonna fight. No, I'm
Okay.
joking. We're joking. She'll kill me. She knows karate.
You can fight
No,
it.
I don't.
Did you ever take karate?
I did.
Guess who didn't? I didn't. So you know karate. I don't. It's not racist.
She's like, I
'cause you're
went
racist.
for an hour.
I went for. She went for a couple months. She kicked a kid in the head and quit.
Oh.
No, I didn't quit because of that, but I did kick him in the head by accident. You're not
Ah.
supposed to kick in the head when you're sparring, but they put me up with this kid who was half my height, and I accidentally kicked him in the head.
If he was half
And
her
I got
height and she's always
disqualified.
little, this kid,
Yes.
there's
Small guy.
there's nothing to
Oh.
the.
What was
I
he?
was
Well, they were
Six?
probably-
I was like
yeah.
8. Yeah, I was like 8. And he was probably
okay.
smaller.
Well, let's put the little.
He
He was
Four?
little. No, well,
I thought this
okay,
was like last year.
half my height is probably an exaggeration, but he was shorter, and I accidentally kicked him in the head, and then
Did
I
he
got
cry?
disqualified. I don't think so. You wear like padding. I don't think I
Mm.
kicked him that hard.
I roundhouse his ass.
I gave my cousin an uppercut and he went home crying. I can remember that.
That'll do it. What do we actually, before we wrap up out of here, do we have any ideas or topics we want to do for next week? Anyone have anything lined up?
Well,
I've picked the last.
the
couple
only thing that I
times,
can
so-
think of right now is Nikki, or sorry, not Nikki. Kelly, you were saying about Tarantino.
Yeah, but I don't know if we want to do that after we're done favorite movies.
Yeah.
Tarantino
Yeah, that's true.
movies.
Nikolai
I'll think of
Anthony, you have
something.
anything lined up? Teed up?
I mean, we could. I mean, my topic is the Muppets and like Jim Henson.
Oh,
stuff, so-
Oh, good.
That's
I
cool.
love the Muppets, so I'm good with
Do
that.
you want to lock that in? Do you want to lock next in 2
Yeah.
weeks? We do the Muppets.
Muppets.
Lock it in.
All right.
Locking in my answer.
I love Jim. Will it be Muppets only or Jim Henson across the board?
I think I'm gonna stick with the Muppets just
Just
because
the
Jim
Muppets.
Henson has done so many projects.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jim Henson's own episode.
Yeah, you could
Oh, yeah.
branch that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that way too, like you were saying, we can do multiple episodes, of his different worlds that he's
Mhm.
created.
Mhm.
Okay.
The Dark Crystal.
Labyrinth.
Never saw it.
Labyrinth.
Sesame Street.
Labyrinth's
Labyrinth. Labyrinth was
Fraggle
a
Rock.
Fraggle Rock. Labyrinth was a
Mm.
Jim Henson production. Also,
Fun
one of
fact,
my
Heidi
favorite
didn't grow
movies.
since she was 8.
Oh, maybe.
You're probably right. Except out.
Bill has longer hairs on his beard than Heidi is tall. So that it is. You heard it. You heard it now. Get your research in. Watch some stuff. Join along in the conversation next week, or come
Two-
unprepared
2 weeks.
Next
in
week,
2 weeks. In 2 weeks, and learn about the Muppet.
I wish I could watch
history
the
of the Muppets.
Muppets Office show because that was really good. And
They had a
What was
Muppets
that was
Office
the
show?
Oh,
NBC
yeah.
the
Yeah.
NBC show
Yeah.
a couple years ago. It was awesome.
yeah,
I
and
loved
they
it.
canceled
It-
after one season. It was so
Yeah,
good.
it was like for
our
adults.
next episode
It
will
was
be
for, like,
the 15th.
The kids
The day
that
after Valentine's Day.
the kids
I
that
don't
loved
care,
the
but-
Muppets when we were little. They just grew up with us. It was awesome. They were all in like an
Muppet
office.
Baby.
Yeah, and they talked to the
I love
camera. It was
Muppet
just like The
babies, too.
Office, but with Muppets.
Yeah.
I have to check that out.
Yeah.
Was it
That's
Jim Henson?
Yeah,
Oh
it
wow.
was all official, but
Yeah.
they only went for one season.
Yeah. You even had Sam the
It,
Eagle in
it
it.
might be on Peacock. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
They never
it might
released the
even be
DVD.
on Disney Plus at this point.
Yeah.
That's possible.
All right. Well, that'll do it for Not Cool in High School podcast, episode 102. Our favorite
Ooh.
movies.
Ooh.
Nikolai,
RoboCop.
Anthony,
Ooh.
Commando.
And today's date
That
was
was
2.
action
Andy,
movie.
Kelly, and Heidi, as well as other Aunt Tony. I guess I'll go by now because
You're Tony.
I got my name
You're Tony.
stolen.
You are Tony. When someone says Anthony, I don't know who
Predator.
they're talking about.
Yeah. I always call you Tony.
People be like,
Sorry.
"Oh, I saw Anthony the other day." I'm like, "Who?"
Over the
Who?
top.
I guess what?